Hello. Hello. Welcome to the finally Canto 7, where everybody really likes this game, as far as I understand. I don't think I've heard people talk bad about Heathcliff's Canto, Ishmael's Canto. People even talk bad about Yi Song's Canto. I don't think I've heard a single person talk bad about Don Quixote's Canto, other than the fact that it introduces unbreakable coins. So, we may have a thing to do before this. 1 second. Oh yeah, we have the fourth Walpurgisnacht to watch, and then we'll actually be in Don Quixote's Canto. I forgot. All right, I did as you asked, Faust. Looked up toward Faust, away from the PDA in my hands, as it rattled and fixed the identity cards into each slot. Today is the fourth Walpurgisnacht. Location is the same Lobotomy Corp headquarters of the past we visited. Its point in time and the branch of possibility uncertain.
네, 감사합니다. 잠시 후에 시련이 찾아오면 그 인격들로 전투를 진행해 주시길 부탁드리죠.
Phew. I've slotted in the Lobotomy Corp identities I pulled up during the previous Walpurgisnacht. It's so weird to not call it Walpurgisnacht. It's but it's not going to be I mean, I guess it could still be Walpurgis, but I don't know. Faust probably wants to study this correlation between Walpurgisnacht and the identities that can be pulled up only during each Walpurgisnacht.
뭐 어떤 인격으로 싸우든 나는 상관없긴 한데 일단 여기가 어딘지 정도는 설명하고 애초에 너희 둘
맞아요. 두 분만 아는 얘기를 자꾸 속닥속닥 하시면 저희가 어떻게 해야 할지 모르잖아요.
맞아. 내가 하려던 말이 딱 그거라고. 아이고 화내면서 말할까봐 좀 저렀는데.
It's when Faust first discusses Walpurgis, she calls it Walpurgisnacht. I guess she does, doesn't she?
곱상하게 잘 바꿔서 말하네.
It's so funny because Dante's just calling it Walpurgisnacht, but like it is indeed the Walpurgisnacht. Witch's Night, I believe it's what's called. Lit Potatoes, thank you for the follow. Don't panic, but you have been turned into a spider. I don't control it, but as the Lord of all spiders, it happens when you follow. But you do get to choose what kind of spider you are. So if you want to tell us in chat, we'd happily appreciate that. Night of the Witches, yes.
네? 네.
It's okay, Sinclair. Pat. I love you.
성어.
성능 업그레이드라니 사람을 기계처럼 말씀하시지 마세요.
Faust cleared her throat in an attempt to clear the air and stem the conversation from going on a tangent.
이곳은 구의사의 정보팀이라는
That's fair enough. Can I mark you down as Jumping Spider then? That's what the most popular one is. not Yisong, Yasad.
이천에는 분명 지휘팀이라고 했던 것 같구려.
매번 발프르기스의 밤이 올 때마다 하나씩 늘어나는 걸까요? 그런
They
것은
jump?
아닙니다. 당장 이 부서에 연결된 교육팀.
Yeah, the jumping spiders. The jumping spiders are usually cute ones everyone loves. The little cute guys. There's like a famous like one on YouTube, I think. Yeah.
단지 처음 이곳으로 연결된 의미가 있을 수도 있겠죠. 분석하다 보면 뭔가 알게 될 수도 있을 겁니다.
She's trying to take more active role in learning things for herself. It seems that the events of the warp train rattled her more than I thought. So I live in the cold north. Well. Welcome to the underground. She's probably concerned that similar loss of connection to that repository of Faust's knowledge may occur again. Say that again? The underground?
온통 보랏빛에
Cold North? Which part? Never mind, dumb joke. Damn.
그러게 말이다. 회사라서 그렇다기보단 사람이 일하고 지내기에 애초부터 적합하지 않은 것 같단 말이지.
Don't worry, Lobotomy Corp was not a great place to work, as we all know.
지휘관은 본인의 취향이 아니더라도 부하들의 사기를 위해 지내는 공간을 살갑게 꾸미거나 지원하는 법인데 이 정도면
Hey, you leave Lobotomy Corp, you saw it alone. He thought his skin was falling off and had like terrible mental problems after the encephalon experiments.
그 사람 한 명만의 이야기는 아닐걸요.
Ishmael, who was rummaging through a pile of miscellaneous items, muttered from a distance as Otis mused at the ceiling.
여기에
Mr. Viper might go.
직원들이 좀 있네요.
Everyone loves the Yasad. It's Yasad, and then it's
세피라라고 하는군요. 우리 세피라.
Nizatch, right? Everyone loves those two.
좀 심한 욕인데요.
I get, yeah, people like Chesed as well. And, you know, Gabora is Gabora.
내가 직접 읽지.
Thanks, Mersal. Mersal, you don't have to read the insults and profanities.
알겠습니다. 그렇다면 문서를 읽고 내용을 요약하도록 하겠습니다.
Mersal, buddy, it's okay. You don't have to do that either. Sometime later.
이상입니다.
난 읽었어. 욕은 없었는데.
듣는 사람까지 주눅들게 하는 심각한 이야기였어.
부사의 책임자끼리 고성이 오가는 싸움이 드문 일은 아니긴 합니다만 차라리 그렇게 치고받고 난 후에 서로 푸는 게
I
나았을
mean,
정도의
to be
내용이고.
fair, I don't know. Yasad had some problems of getting close to one of the workers, and then that worker dying. It was clear to us that the Sephiroth did not share a very healthy work relationship with one another. Not to mention that not many employees really put their faith in the Sephiroth.
이 말쿠트라는 세피라, 우리가 저번에 시련과 싸웠던 부서인 지휘팀 세피라인가 보네.
Yep, that was indeed Malkuth.
직원들을 사지로 몰아넣고 부품처럼 써먹는 게 당연하다는 느낌으로 말하네. 날개는 날개인가 봐.
네, 여기 호드라는 교육팀 세피라와의 대화 기록도 있네요. 처음에는 꽤 의견 다툼이 있었던 것 같은데 아무래도
Aang could have brought that worker back, by the way. I'm still confused how Lobotomy Corp worked. Were all the employees that we hired just like people brought back like from the dead? 'Cause that's what Benjamin or that's what Hakma seemed to imply with his some of his stuff, was that like, you know, that all the employees were just like were just the same, being revived every single time over and over and over and over again. But I never really Lobotomy Corp is a game that I still don't understand. Like, I understand the basis of the story for it, but I don't understand, like, you know, everything. All I remember was trying to do the last like few days by pausing the game and deleting all of my clerks with the execution bullets over and over again, so that Queen of Hatred and Mountain of Smiling Bodies wouldn't go crazy all the time. I remember that. That's all I remember. And then almost having a panic attack trying to get day 50 done, or day 49. You had both in one facility. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of choices to make near the end. All right. I also had censored and orchestra and Big Bird. It was not a fun and Judgment Bird and Punishing Bird. No, I didn't have Punishing Bird. Yeah, so I skipped all of the I tried to skip all the Dono app. Those All right, those streams were terrible. Dude, I have them up on a VOD channel. Do not watch them. I don't remember that game. I remember playing it, but that game is deleted from my brain, and I will never play it again. I remember winning and screaming so loud, trying to fight Arbiter, trying to fight the Arbiter. No, I remember I cheesed the Arbiter. I remember I on the Hakma Arbiter thing, I paused once and summoned the rabbits into the containment unit that she was in, and just like prayed that they would kill her. After I killed two of her phases, I was like, whoever dies in there, dies in there. The rabbits will take care of her. And then she like kind of got like stuck in like an infinite loop of like taking like no. But I thought she was taking no damage. I thought she died, like broke and was taking no damage. But then she died, and I screamed so loud because I did not want to do that. I was having such a hard problem with that. God, I hate Hakma. Like actually, it's not. It would have been a lot easier if I didn't have Hakma, or if the Hakma effect wasn't going on. And I was so happy that day 50 was just no Clive-off meltdowns, just play the game. I was so happy. I was like, oh. Like I kind of understand like most of the lore, but like the game itself is deleted from my memory. yeah, because I remember I had the Arbiter one time. I killed her so fast that she got stuck like in between the doors and couldn't move because I killed her in between the doors. And it was like, what do I do now? It's like, do I attempt to keep going and then maybe she unsticks herself? like it was like if I attempt to keep going and she unsticks herself, what then? What do I do then? Because like I don't want to have to fight a claw and the Arbiter at the same time. All right. Oh. Anyways, HOD is actually one of the worst ones.
자기 직원들을 금쪽같이 아끼는 것 같던 걸. 뭐 그건 그것대로 피곤하겠지만.
그렇다면 본인 또한 마음고생이 있었을 거요. 직원의 불만을 아예 듣지 못하지는 않았을 테니. 그럼에도 불구하고 자신은 이들을 위한다. 그런 이름의 마취제를 스스로에게 계속 놓았을지도 모르는 일이요.
예소드라는 자는 이곳 정보팀의 세피라인가?
I mean,
깐깐히 타고 있나 보군.
It's all, I don't know. Lobotomy Corp is an interesting game of one man trying to finish his goal while also trying to save everyone who he harmed in the making of his goal.
복사라고 불렸나 보만 직원을 물고 다녔던 겐가?
비유라는 것을 알듯.
Don Quiote.
다소 피곤한 유형이지만 책사로 두기엔 나쁘지 않았을 텐데. 여기에 일정을 완벽하게 기록한 것이 있군. 저 전자 달력과 비교하면 지금의 일정은.
I know KJH has mentioned that he wants to put Distortion Detectives as a visual novel, either inside Limbus Company or on its own. That's all. That's the only thing I know of his plans for games.
실현에 대한 설명을 하기도 전에 시간이 다가와 버렸군요.
문서를 좀 더 일찍 읽었으면 좋았을 것을.
Yeah, I would prefer, like, I want to read, like, the problem is I want to read Distortion Detectives, but the problem is that Distortion Detectives is unfinished, and I don't really want to, like, get really invested into something and then it, you know, not pan out. A heavy thump of light follows Otis's deep sigh. The lobby light suddenly changed, and the floor began to tremble. I read Leviathan. I read Leviathan before I finished Canto 6. Well, can't say I'm surprised. We knew that an ordeal was coming after all.
정보 없이 싸우는 건 좀 곤란하긴 하지만요.
벌레! 저렇게 먼데 일이 크게 보이다니.
Don Quixote, calm down. Naturally, we whipped around to look at Don Quixote, who then directed our attention towards something writhing in the distance. A thing of bizarre shape, crawling and squirming.
안전팀 복도에도 발생했군요. 그렇다면
또야 또.
Faust, anything you can tell us about them before they start rushing at us? I shouted, watching with horror as a curiously violet grub-like creature slowly spawned into the hallway from thin air. Even then, she probably didn't have much time to tell me about them anyway.
달려들지는 않을 것입니다.
Excuse me, even though.
속도가 느린 개체라는 보고가 있었고.
I hate. Man, I'm trying to think. My least favorite ordeals were definitely like
오히려 색은 자색, 때는
Green was always the easiest. Yeah, I do agree. Green was always even like what is it?
자색이라면 자세한 이야기.
Trying to think. I'm trying to think. Which green am I trying? I'm thinking of not Midnight of Green, but that's Green Dusk. It was not that hard. Dawn, Dusk, Midnight. I'm trying to remember them. Like I told you, that game has been deleted from my brain.
지금 당장
It's one of those things where I had to watch back my streams of the game to like make sure that I actually like
같은 상황이 될 것입니다.
was like talking about the game and not rambling.
저거 빨리 잡아야 한다는 거야?
There is indeed a timer because they'll explode and set all the abnormalities free.
네, 이것만이 아닙니다. 모든 부서에서 발생할 테니 이곳을 처리하고 빠르게 다른 부서를 찾아보지 않는다면.
얻는다면.
Also, this game lies to you, by the way.
쉽지 않은 난장판을 경험하게 될 수도 있겠죠.
Green Dawn. Green Dawn wasn't the worst. I didn't really mind Green Dawn. I mean, obviously the white ones were always bad. Aleph. Oh, that's.
부서의 클리포트 카운터가
You would think, right?
0으로 바뀌어 버릴
Like we've already gotten plenty of WoWs. We haven't got a single Aleph yet.
환상체가 전부 튀어나온다는 말이로구려.
아이 그건 또 뭐 개소리야. 아, 워프 열차 타다가 온 지 얼마나 됐다고.
You gotta love the way Heathcliff talks.
그러니까 잔말 말고 무기 들어요. 자, 먼저 갑니다.
First at Aleph Ab, no ego. I wonder if we'll get one we already know or if it'll be a special one for this game. I'm gonna go with I don't think we'll get White Knight right away. I think White Knight might be a later one if we're gonna get it at any time. We're probably not gonna get censored. Maybe Quiet, maybe Orchestra. If we're gonna get one from Lobotomy Corp, maybe Orchestra. But like if we're gonna get one not from Lobotomy Corp, they can give us whatever. You know what I mean? But I feel like White Knight would be for like a Dante Canto kind of thing more than like a Faust Canto. You know what I mean? Which is the weakest Aleph? Oh, that's a great question. Apocalypse Bird, no. Army. See, I avoided like Army and Black And I avoided Army in Black. I avoided Melting Love, so I don't really know too much about them entirely. So we have what? Aleph Ego, Aleph. We had Censored. Like a main line. We had Censored. We had Orchestra. What the legs? I always forget the name of the legs. The big leg thing with the heart and center. Big leg thing. Yeah, with the heart in the center. The friend. No, people like the people kept worshiping it. The people kept worshiping it, and if you sent someone who had too little purple, blue star, yeah, blue star, maybe blue star. Blue star wasn't always that bad. Blue star would kill your entire facility, but like it wasn't that bad. Like I'm thinking either Orchestra or Blue Star. Yeah, Blue Star was definitely easiest to manage. Killing it was fun. It was always fun. It's like, all right, which place is it gonna pop up in, and where do I need to put everyone to not die? I don't think I ever killed nothing. We're definitely not getting nothing there. Nothing there is going to take a while for us to get. If we're going to get nothing there, we'll probably get something, or something there, I believe is the name of the one that it's in Sinclair's chapter. Also, like I said, the game lies to you here because something there is an aberration. I don't know what that means.
다행이네요. 그래도 공격하면 부서지는 타입이어서.
A rubble of broken stones lay about the exhausted sinner's feet. By the way, the game lies to you here because Hod? No. Yeah, Hod shoots. Okay. Because Hod shoots red bullets at your sinners and it keeps them from dying to grant us love, but I'm pretty sure Grant us love just killed whatever was in the room. you didn't. There wasn't a way to stop it from killing everybody. But that didn't last long.
역시 사라지는 것인가?
네. 아무래도 형태는 무기물인 석조품의 모습이지만 그 자체로 어딘가에 사는 취급을 받고 있다는 것 같네요.
Yeah, with Wonderlab being, I think KGH didn't. I think not KGH, but Project Moon won the first lawsuit against Wonderlab, against the stuff for Wonderlab. Something like that, like or at least like lawsuit quoting. Yeah, I know. It's all legal mumbo jumbo. I don't know enough about it.
하긴 저런 커다란 게 아무런 구멍도 없이 천장에서 갑자기 생겨서 떨어졌어.
The cell, which had once threatened the sinners with its tentacles, soon disappeared from our sight like it never existed. If Faust hadn't pushed me into the hallway just in time, I'd have been. But we missed something. Basically, we went in here, Hod yelled at us and called Sinclair a stupid idiot and shot him with a something. We would have all died forever if that thing had crushed me too.
엄밀히 말한다면 비서 그 자체에 당한 것은 아닙니다.
눈치껏 돌덩이는 피하긴 했는데 설마 그걸로 전부 다 뒤져버릴 줄은 몰랐지.
We're going to have to find a way to deal with the shockwave somehow, or it'll be too risky to continue our Walpurgis Night expedition. I am caught up. I'm caught all the way up, personally. But I'm going through it again for stream. Because I played Lobotomy Corp, and then I played Library of Ruina, and I wanted to play Limbus Company, but the pacing of new player for Limbus Company sucks. Like, because like it took me like a week like to me like almost 2 weeks to grind for some cantos to catch up to be able to do the fights. So like I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just catch up all the way and then we'll go on from there once I have an account where I'm set up. I'm not saying that I'm scared of the pain I have to go through when reviving sinners, which really, really hurts, of course, especially when it's 12-fold. But I'm not sure if I want to ask them to repeatedly run a mission that's guaranteed to kill them in the end. Moreover, we don't even know if whatever we'll find here will be worth all the trouble.
제공받은 정보에 의하면 시련은 2번을 연달아
Yes, I know everything's going to happen, but I have no spoilers. I have a no spoiler rule just simply because I don't want people who come in here expecting, you know, just the canto itself to happen to catch spoilers, you know. Because there are people who are in my community who I've gotten into Limbus Company, but they're not, but they are also, you know, they're enjoying the story with me, but they're not, you know, caught up. So I've been trying to keep it on the down low with any spoilers. I try to. The closest thing I'll say is, please remember this, chat. Please remember this.
안달아? 저 커다란 돌덩이는 여명인지 하늘 실현하건 관계 없었던 거냐?
It still beats. Like so currently I've been challenged quote unquote by my friend who got me into the series, into Project Moon games in general, to run a Kurokumo team through the entirety of the thing. And we so far I've been able to keep up with that. I haven't had one time where I've had to switch off a Kurokuma team. Good luck with that. You're telling me. So I've had some real apprehensions with Don Quixote's Canto.
기존에 겪었던 여명보다 한 단계
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, it was dawn, noon, dusk, midnight. Yeah. Faust's brows were frowning at a nigh imperceptible angle. She was sighing even as she relayed the information to us, clearly perturbed by something. I suddenly recalled what Faust speculated back at the warp train, that the shell shop may have made a purposeful omission. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. You think this is the Gishell shop withholding information from you again?
확증은 없습니다. 정오의 시련에 대한 정보를 막지도 않았으니 단순한 희귀 가능성의 발현의 확률이 더 높죠.
Just remember, she's becoming the Faust that believes in the uncertainty.
신경을 쓰이는 것은 사실이군요. 하지만 희귀 가능성 때문이라면 그 때문에서라도 이번 발푸르기스의 밤에서 이유의 실마리를 찾아야 하겠죠.
So okay, well, it's actually not that. So I was thinking about bringing Manager Dawn for Don Quixote's Canto, because you know it'd be thematic. But I do think she kind of spoils a little too much in general, and she also changes the passives, which kind of I don't know how I feel about that. So instead, we're bringing Sheepy Dawn to do the fights, because I'm still doing the fights. I am still doing like the major fights. Like we're gonna do we're gonna do the boss fights within Dawn's Canto and all that stuff. So should we explore further? But
직원 여러분 들리나요?
a loud buzz, crackle, and unfamiliar voice broke through the awkward silence we were meandering in.
뭐야? 누가 말하고 있는 건데?
여기 듣고 있네.
Don Quixote, calm down, please.
어차피 물어도 대답이 돌아올 리가 없나? 방금 건 취소. 교육팀의 호드가 전달드려요.
It's so funny listening to like the characters speak as their lobotomy corp, because I'm so used to the way they speak in Ruina.
조금 전에 문서에서 확인했던 호드라는 세피라인 건가?
이런 목소리였군요.
생각했던 이미지에 딱 들어맞긴 하네. 그치?
지금 여명 정오의 실현이 연속으로 일어난 상황에 대해서 세피라들도 조사를 하고 있어요. 이례적인 일이라 당황할 수 있다고 생각해요. 하지만 제가 평소 교육 때 말씀드렸던 40번 AA 예외 처리 절차를 다들 기억하고 계시면
I don't know what you're talking about.
40 AA?
Gregor, Gregor, don't even ask. Truly, Hod had a lot going on.
빡빡하게 부하를 관리하는 타입입니다. 부하를 과부하는 지휘관이 종종 하는 실수지.
Poor Hod. I mean, okay. So, I feel so. Out of all of the people who were in Lobotomy Corp, Hod is still my most hated. I still hate Hod the most. I get why she did it.
그 감상이 중요한 게 아닌 것 같은데.
But
저희는 저런 절차를 모르잖아요. 이러면
there was a dull thwick as Justice Sinclair began to air his concerns.
총에 맞은 거예요?
Hey, okay, this comes now.
거기 루비에 있는 너 또 교육대 졸았구나.
Well, specifically, because Hod dies specifically, like, you know, Malkuth tries to jump into a program that she's not ready for, so she dies. Yasad goes through it and feels like his skin's explode and is rotting off his body. Nzach never wakes up. Enoch dies, which causes Carmen to commit suicide. I don't remember what happens to Tiferet. I think she dies when Bina shows up. Chesed dies then as well. Gabora dies stopping Bina. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Excuse me. Hakma is killed by Angela Benjamin is killed by Angela because he's trying to warn Ayan that Angela is turning against him. And Bina died, as I mentioned earlier. And then Ayan is being constantly memory erased and then reapplied over a new manager each time. I don't remember exactly how it works for Ayan. But yeah, but Hod dies because she sells out Lobotomy Corp because of all the horrible experiments they're doing to try to bring Carmen back. And so she gets to die for her sin of being part of the company, I guess. Damn it, Michelle. I don't remember. It's kind of crazy. I don't remember all their names. I remember Michelle. I don't remember Malkuth's real name. I don't remember Isad's real name or Nzax's real name. I remember Benjamin. I remember Enoch. I remember Gabora. Because Gabora's real name is Callie, because holy shit is at the Red Mist. But I don't remember anybody else. Elizabeth and Enoch? Mm-hmm. Rest in peace, Enoch.
이런 예외 처리 절차에서는 중층부에서 공유하는 물리 간섭 보호장을 써줄 거라고 했는데 왜 처음 맞아본 사람처럼 그렇게 당황하는 건지.
Have we been to Tiferet Slayer? Well, thank you for joining the stream as you did. Sleep well. Potatoes. Huh, that bullet does look kind of familiar, actually. We carefully approach Sinclair. Excuse me. Take a closer look at where the projectile hit him.
아, 이거 그거네요.
Yep.
회사에서 제가 질질 녹았던 그 앰플 주사탄이랑 비슷.
Cheers, Kata.
생겼네요.
Whenever you all hydrate tonight, I'll drink some water, but I do have an energy drink I'm drinking here to keep my energy up so I don't fall asleep while streaming. That's the reason I'm a little hyper tonight.
그래도 그땐 멋졌어, 이슬. 단테 앞에 딱 나서서 척.
Rodian.
그러고 몇 달 뒤에는 직접 시계 대가리한테 작사를
So,
순위 상관.
man, we're taking 30 minutes to get through this one wild Purgasnot thing. We're gonna be here for a while. So as I don't know if I want to give a warning.
인간들이.
So for Dawn's chapter, I don't think I really need to give a warning for themes, but the next two chapters after that, I might want to give. I'll probably give a little warning. Just I'm saying this now, because some of the themes can hit a little close to home for some people.
K사의 앰플은 아닙니다. 로보토미 코퍼레이션에서
Like it's very interesting because like Ishmael's chapter, Yisong's chapter, Fighting Rotisserie Chickens. No. Ishmael, Yisong, Sinclair's, they're kind of just like gory. Heathcliff's is a little depressing. And Dawn's can get a little depressing as well, but specifically the two cantos after that, I feel like can hit a little close to home for some people, depending on their parentage. Especially not the next canto, but canto 9 can hit a little close to home with due to parentage.
이 보호장 탄환 역시 그런 협업 결과의 일종으로 보이는군요.
그럼 이걸 맞으면
물리적인 피해. 로보토미 코퍼레이션에서 말하는
So basically, they're explaining that they're explaining that the Lobotomy Corporation modified K Corp ampules to give them shields, as you probably saw if you saw the Lobotomy Corp streams.
비석이 발생시키는 충격파에도 버틸 수 있을 것으로 보입니다.
It does not. That's a lie. Those stellae did like immense damage. I wish it did. It would actually be a good way to kill a stellae faster.
교육을 잘 안 들은 건 나중에 상담해서 얘기하자. 우선 정오의 시련을 빨리 해결해 줬으면 해. 보호장은 전원에게 적용해 줄게. 너무 다치지 말고 시련을 다 같이 해결해 보자. 단테. 그럼.
Oh right. Let's get a moving on and deal with the other stellaes as well.
네.
Stellae? Steel? I don't know how to pronounce that word.
아직 다른 가능성에 로보토미 코퍼레이션 본사를 방문할 필요도 있으니 그때는 세피라와 보호장을 처음부터 활용해 보도록 하죠.
Good idea. Well, okay, yeah. You know what? We did go to Tifrit's chapter because that's when we got Queen of Hatred. Thanks to the unexpected support from Sephiriah, we were able to explore further through the Well-Purgis Night.
좋은 뜻에서 교육했던 건데 왜 다들 이렇게 몰라주는 걸까?
It was just that I couldn't help but think back to Hod's last few utterances that managed to slip through the static. It made me wonder what really went down here at the headquarters of the Lobotomy Corporation. A lot went down. 50 days. That took me, I think, approximately like 27 streams to get done. All right, that's the end of that. All right, Don Quixote's Canto time. Again, Don Quixote is an interesting little aspect. I will give a little reminder from last week's stream because it's been a week. But we learned that Don Quixote, for one reason or another, is secretly a higher kindred of Bloodfiend. And she, for some reason, doesn't understand or remember that. And that's... And she called us the promised timepiece. Please remember that. Also, Don Quixote's Canto. I have one question for you all. Amnesia is not a common trope, actually. Only Dante really has amnesia. Because Dante replaced his head with a clock after something happened. But Don Quixote's Canto, I'll explain it to simply as the importance of having a dream.
세상에 둘도 없는 가족의 축복과 친절한 허락을 받으며 모든 위험한 것들을 물리치고 행복에 닿을 수 있을 것이니 의심할 여지 없이 오늘 나에게 일어날 모험 또한 기가 막히겠구나.
She's so happy.
그리고 우리에게 일어날 모험이기도 하지. 다들 기억하지? 무릇 해결사란 생각은 순수하게, 말은 정직하게, 행동은 관대하게, 모험은 용맹스럽게 하고, 고난은 견뎌가며.
So this might be a canto where I cry, by the way.
어려운 자들에게는 자비롭게.
This canto hits hard for me.
마지막에는 목숨을 걸고서라도 꿈을 잡으러 가는 거야.
Yep. Very important. Your dream.
이 중 하나라도 지키지 못한다면 내가 찾아와서 너희 둘의 머리통을 때릴 테니까 언제나 긴장하며 똑바로 나아가도록.
그거 참 치사한 협박이 아닐 수 없군. 말이 치사하네. 치사하다 말했네.
It's okay, Don Quixote. What is it this time?
이 몸의 차례가 온 줄 알았는데. 그래서 이번에야말로 마무리를 멋지게 해내고 싶었는데.
Oh, poor Don. I mean, okay. So if you weren't here for last stream, Don Quixote did actually pull off the final flourish herself. She blew up an enemy with her mind, basically, with a flick of her wrist. So.
신문에 제대로 이름을 날릴 수도 있었을 절호의 기회였는데.
So Don Quixote is actually super powerful. Returning to P-Corp's warp train station seemed to always remind Don Quixote of our last misadventure. She repeated that exact same complaint a few times by now.
그런데 왜 그렇게 얼굴 표정이 우거지상인 것인가, 나리?
I have expressions? I don't even have a face, let alone an expression.
그렇지 않소, 나리. 보이지 않는 것인겐가? 조그마한 동물이나 심지어 남들이 하찮다고 하는 풀떼기라 하더라도 다 마음이란 것이 있다네. 그러니 당연히 표정도 있을 수밖에. 그렇기에 우리는 어떤 것이든 약하다여 무시하지 말고 올곧은 마음으로
You gotta love Don Quixote, though.
행해야 한다. 이 말일세.
There's a reason Don Quixote became popular outside of this game.
누가 쟤또 입 열게.
And that's just, she's just a ray of sunshine wherever she goes.
듣고 있는가? 나리!
Some time ago in the freight car of the warp train. All right. By the way, this is a peak Don Quixote design. I can't wait to wait till we see it. Don Quixote? Hey, can you hear me? Say something. Don Quixote regards me silently. No, that's some eldritch being who I can't help but wishes Don Quixote, gazing at me. She opens her mouth. My instinct is screaming at me not to listen to her, but... Don Quixote?
끝난 것인가?
No, I don't think it's ended.
그런가? 나에게 로신한테를.
By the way, she calls her shoes Rosciante. So Rosciante is the name of Don Quixote's horse in the book Don Quixote. I don't know if I gave her the right answer. Though my answer was an almost instinctual relay of a thought that manifested in my head, Don Quixote closes her eyes upon hearing my reply, as though drifting away into a gentle, pleasant dream. And I carefully slipped the ragged pair of running shoes she called Rosciante onto her feet. And I make a silent wish. Let her blood-red eyes never, ever open again.
벌써 도착한 것인가?
We have indeed arrived.
이게 어떻게 된 것인가?
So,
그 악독한 혈기가
it's kind of funny.
적도 없이 사라져버렸는가?
So this is actually a retcon, by the way, of what happened on the warp train, because originally on the warp train, originally after the end of the warp train express, murder on the warp train express, she doesn't even remember fighting anybody. She just wakes up and is like, wait, what happened? Don Quixote.
설마
Yeah, you know, me. And back to the present.
아쉽긴 하네. 우리 중에 파우스트랑 단테 말곤 아무도 마지막 장면을 보지 못했다는 건.
엄밀히 말하자면 그 자리에 저자도 있었다. 혈귀를 눈앞에 두고 볼썽사납게 기절해버렸다니. 림버스 컴퍼니의 수치 그 자체로군.
Yo, just come on.
림컴수.
Yo, shoot. Stop. Stop antagonizing her.
우리도 기절한 건 똑같지 않나?
She doesn't deserve this.
역시 저라도 남아 있었어야 했는데 말입니다.
Otis, you were dead.
그렇게 혈기가 무서웠던 거예요, 동키호테 씨?
Sinclair, come on. You're supposed to be our friend here.
진정한 영웅은 각종의 모욕에도 구태의연하게 견뎌야 하는 법.
확실히 결정적인 순간을 놓친 건 로자 씨 말대로 좀 아쉽긴 하네요. 저희가 본 건 열차 안에 터져 있는 그 혈귀의 파편들과 어떻게 해야 할지 감이 안 온다는 분위기를 풀풀 풍기는 단테뿐이었거든요.
Yeah, I'm super strong when you guys aren't around. Huh? I was standing? Confused? Was I?
맞네. 깨워주지 그랬는가. 이 양뺨 싸다구를 철썩.
그래서 정확히 무슨 일이 일어났었던 건가요?
I already told you guys earlier, didn't I?
네? 그게 이것만 계속했는데 대체 뭘 말해줬다는 거죠?
혹시 머리에 불길이 치솟으면서 횡설수설하셨던 그때처럼 정신착란 증세를 보인 것은 아니십니까?
Kind of. Oh, no, it's Otis began glaring at me warily as though my clock head was about to explode at any moment. That didn't happen.
아니다라. 그럼 상대를 바꿔서 다른 목격자셨던 파우스트 씨 하신 말씀 있으신가요?
Sadly, she exploded into a thing of blood and gore when Don Quixote took her shoes off. Rhodia asked confidently, still in the mood to play detective.
구테어 파우스트 쪽에서 전달드릴 내용은 없을 것 같군요.
Thanks for the save, Faust.
그럼 다시 탄테 씨에게.
자, 너희가 주의 깊게 들어야 하는 전달 사항이 있다.
I love this man. I have no idea if it was coincidence or not, but Virgilia stepped in at just the right moment to divert the sinners away from me.
알다시피 우리는 피사에서 의뢰를 받았다. 매번 같은 패턴이니 이제는 설명해주지 않아도 감을 잡고 있겠군.
네네. 이번에도 뒤틀림인지 환상체인지 때려잡고 넘기고 볶고 뒤지고 뭐 그러시겠다고?
Actually, no.
그리고
What? No, actually, yes.
황금 나귀를 우리가 차지할 수 있는 의뢰라는 것도 알고 있네.
Question. Don Quixote replies, brimming with excitement.
그래. 저 둘이 대답할 정도면 나머지도 확실하게 알고 있다는 거겠지.
Wait, huh?
하지만 이번 작전의 형태는 조금 아니 정정하지. 상당히 달라졌다. 어쩌면 지금까지의 작전 중에 제일 껄끄러워질 수 있을 거다.
뭐 안 그랬던 작전이 있었나요? 갑자기 이 인원의 3배 정도 되는 사람들 사이에서 단체로 움직이거나 하면 좀 껄끄러울 수는 있겠지만
수감자들의 감은 나날이 좋아지는군요.
I love this, like the sly little smirk that Faust has. You can barely see it.
아, 정말인가요?
We are indeed Ishmael.
저 그냥 앞으로 무턱대고 추측하는 말은 하지 말까 봐요.
걱정사항 뭐 3배나 되는 강적이 달려들 것이라고 하는 것보단
He's right.
편이 낫지 않겠나.
He's right.
합동 작전을 한다는 것인가? 상대는 누구지?
그 아직 합동 작전에 대한 그 좋지 않은 게 많이
Alright.
말이지.
Okay, but Gregory, you're bug people. No insulting, my man, but you bug people probably didn't go well.
기억이었어.
Our mission at K-Corp was our first and last experience with joint operation.
아직도 그때 메르소의 팔 한쪽이 날아가서 기둥에 부딪히고 떨어졌던 게 생생하게 기억난다고.
When did that happen? I don't remember that.
정확히는 견갑골 부위를 포함하고 있었다.
Didn't need to know that, Marcel, but thanks, but
그냥 이번에도 우리끼리 하면 안 돼? 다른 사람들은 영 도움도 안 되고 걸리적거리기만 할 걸.
when did Marcel's arm get cut off? I don't remember.
저 녀석의 말에 적극 동의하게 되는 건 오랜만이군.
오만한 발언이군. 너희들만 그런 생각을 가지고 작전에 참여하진 않을 것이라는 점.
Look how mad he is.
갖고 있는 게 좋을 거야.
Angry eyes.
이번 의뢰는 해결사 총괄 협회인 하나 협회에서 내건 공개.
Oh no, Virgilius said the F word. Virgilius stopped himself, noticing an ominous aura from one of the sinners. Don Quixote. Like this is a expression of pure something. Hunger, maybe? There stood Don Quixote, practically vibrating with excitement.
이쯤에서 아무나 돈 키호테 입좀 대신 막아주도록.
내가 막지.
어디서?
죄구망이란 사무소 해결사가 아닌 어느 정도 인지도가 있는 협회 소속 해결사들의 모임이 될 수 있다는 거다.
Do I have a healing ego that I can use? Oh, I was gonna get one. I can do that right now, actually.
내놈 주둥이 좀 가만히 놔둘 순 없나?
I'm so glad that Otis was here to stop Don Quixote from exploding into joy. Because if she hadn't, we'd be drawing the attention of every single person in a sizable area around us.
그래서
I said radius, but I like the word area better.
아니, 어떤 식으로 처리하는지가 궁금해.
뒷골목 해결사처럼 말씀하시네요.
Virgilius looked up just as Heathcliff asked his question.
자세한 건 때마침 우리에게 걸어오고 있는 의뢰자에게
I have to say,
하도록 하지.
P Corp's outfit, really pretty. She's from P Corp, by the way. So real quick, I'm gonna go and do some stuff. Don't mind me. How many do I have right now? 45. Ooh, I need a lot. How much do I need for 400? Okay. What's 400 minus 45? 335? No. 340? No, 355. 355 divided by 2. 170? Oh, damn. There we go.
알아. 오느라 힘들었지? 여기서 잠깐 쉬어. 쳐다만 봐도 따스해질 테니까.
This will help us a lot to this chapter. I promise. Probably actually gonna 1 second. All right, and I don't really need to thread spin it to 5. I think 8% should be good enough for us. I mean, I guess we could technically go higher, but it's not really gonna do much more. Just makes the SP heal, and then this go to 10%. Because we're gonna need it. Some of these fights are a little little dangerous, to say the least. Oh, we're about to run into ads though, so I'll start this and then so she's the one we were supposed to meet here at the station.
이거 특색 붉은 시선님을 뵈어 영광이군요. 그 외에도 모두들 반갑습니다. 저는 피사 아카이빙 부서의 부장 채사라입니다.
Chisera.
아카이빙 부서? 뭔가 기록하는 일이라도 하는 건가?
Something like that.
그렇다고 할 수 있죠. 다른 날개는 몰라도 피사에서는 꽤 중요한 부서랍니다.
그런 중요한 부서의 부장이 찾아왔다는 건 이제 정말로 이 회사가 꽤 유명해진 건가?
I don't know about that, Gregor.
틀린 말은 아니네요. 당신들 림버스 컴퍼니에 대한 이야기는 건너서 들려오더라고요. 뭐라더라. 황금가지라는 것만 얻을 수 있다면 죽음까지 불사하면서 의뢰를 성공시켜내고야만은 중견 회사.
By the way, everyone's starting to hear about golden bows right now, so every company's starting to fight for them.
틀린 말은 아니지.
I believe is the line here. Hey, she's actually making it sound pretty impressive, huh?
바로 그것이네. 본인과 동료들은 수많은 역경과 죽음을 각오하며
Thanks, Don Quixote.
것들을 처단해냈지.
The other sinners were more confused than impressed by her description, but it was clear from Don Quixote's practically twinkling eyes, excuse me, that she was immensely infatuated by it.
이쪽에서도 이번 의뢰에 대한 대략적인 내용은
Was it infatuated? Is that what she said? Okay, let me make sure I read it right.
다양한 해결사들이 모여 수차례나 토벌을 시도하고 있는 도시 악몽급 사건이 있다고.
맞아요.
해결사들이 올 때마다 선수, 부장식이나 되는 당신 같은 사람이 마중 나와 줄 리는 없었을 테고.
You would know, Mr. Color Fixer.
네, 그것 또한 맞습니다.
All right, ads are running up soon, so I'm not gonna click again. All right, ad time. It's time to stretch. Make sure you're comfortable. Make sure if you need a drink, you get a drink. Make sure if you need food, you get food. I don't know what time it is for most of you, but it's a little late for me, which is why I have the energy drink. I don't know how far we'll get into the canto. I know we'll probably get through. Thank you for the headpad scatter. I know we'll probably get through, I want to say, the first. We could possibly get to the dungeon, but I don't think we're actually going to get to the dungeon today. We might get close though. It depends on how some of these fights go. Because like most of the fights are pretty quick, but some of them are a little. Because I think we really only need to do like 4 of the fights. I'm trying to think. Pre-dungeon. Maybe not even that many. I'm trying to there's not too many like named fights in this one, and there's not too many like fights that I want to do. So Don Quixote's chapter is notorious for the introduction of unbreakable coins, which are really cool when you have them, but when the opponent has them, I hate this game. I hate this game so much when it's like, oh, you're just gonna take damage. The only option is you're gonna take less damage if you win. Also, Don Quixote's chapter is the Bleed chapter. It's where Bleed got all his big buffs from. So, woohoo. I believe it's also the rerun of... I'm trying to think. I think this is also where the rerun happens of like Kurokumo stuff. I think this happened to this one. It might have been, yeah, it had to be this one, because it would have just been ended pre-Heathcliff's chapter. Yeah. So it had to have been the rerun was happening during this one. So I believe this is where Kurokuma, Ishmael, and Heathcliff came from. Was this one specifically? So we will see a interesting set of bleed. So much bleed. That's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to bring the Don Quixote unit, because she kind of makes the mechanic of this thing a little easier on you. But I feel like, like I said earlier, I feel like she kind of makes it a little left and right. a little too easy for one, and she kind of jumps the shark a little bit. Though I will show off, Don Quixote does get specific buffs for each fight we do, so I will show off all that. Actually, there's actually a bunch of fights we need to do. Welcome back from ads. I was just rambling about this chapter and things that are going to happen. You didn't miss much. But if you want to subscribe, you can hear me ramble in real time. It's a little fancy.
그 이상의 뭔가를 해내 주었으면 하는 기대가 느껴지는군요. 아까 말한 대로 조금까지 불사하면서.
Servoface. Servoface is always funny. Squash Servoface is the real funny emote to me, though.
이상한 기분이네요. 굳이 숨길 셈도 아니지만 간파당한 느낌이라.
So one of Virgilius's traits is that he can see the flow. We stared in dumbfounded silence as if Virgilius effortlessly cut through the hoops to get to the core of the conversation. Or contract, excuse me. Man, even with the energy drink, I can barely read.
이건 당신들 쪽에서 우리에게 먼저 연락을 취해서 말한 정보죠.
There is indeed.
처음에 그 연락을 받았을 때 얼마나 황당했던지. 황금가지가 뭐냐는 말에도 정확하게 대답을 해주지도 않고 정확한 좌표는 당신들 인원이 직접 그 구역으로 들어가야지만 알 수 있다고 하고 난 장난 전화인 줄 알았다니까요.
Limbus is a very shady company.
하지만 그 순간 결코 거절하지 못할 제안도 함께이지 않았습니까?
장담하는데 당신들 회사에는 정보 수집력이 어마어마하게 대단한 정보원이나 유능한 정보 부서가 있어요.
Oh man, I kind of wish M was here, because we get I believe this is also the chapter where we get to meet the distortion detectives a little more in person than before. Cassera let out a deep sigh and leaned against a wall, her shoulders slumping slightly.
그래서 토벌해야 되는 게 정확히 어떤 건데요? 여러 해결사가 모인 걸 보면 지난번처럼 지부에서 탈출한 환상체라도 어딘가에 돌아다니고 있는 건가요? 혹은 뒤틀림이라거나.
Cassera wordlessly stared at Ishmael as she began to rapid fire her list of questions.
설명. 그러니까 환상체나 뒤틀림이라는 건 일종의 괴물 같은 건데요.
Ishmael.
차라리 그런 것이었으면 더 좋았을 뻔했을 텐데요.
Something had caught my eye immediately after we arrived at this place. The missing person flyers. Countless flyers, each in search of a different person, were taped to pillars inside the station. Looks like people of P Corp are randomly going missing in no discernible age or gender patterns. Cassera, realizing that we were staring at the wall of missing person flyers, began.
전단지가 떼어지지 않고 종이가 너덜거릴 때까지 붙어 있다는 건.
Okay, but like, I mean, it's the city. I'm sure these flyers could be like a day old, and that would happen here because time is kind of wonky.
여전히 그들이 집으로 무사히 돌아오지 않고 있다는 뜻이죠.
토벌해야 하는 건 개체가 아니라 현상인가?
행복한 미소가 꽃피는 곳. 옛 이야기 속의 놀이공원.
La Mancha Land. More Don Quixote stuff. In the book Don Quixote, La Mancha, he is the man of La Mancha. So La Mancha Land.
집계가 된 실종자만 현재 수십여 명. 아마 실제로는 그 이상이겠죠. 2달 전 피사 뒷골목에서 나타난 이 라만차랜드에 입장한 방문객들은 오늘까지
실종? 오로지 즐거움만이 가득해야 마땅한 놀이동산에서 어찌 그런 일이?
Don Quixote somehow knowing about amusement parks.
제게 할당된 직원들만으로는 처리가 불가능했어요. 생긴 지 사흘 만에 도시 질병을 부여받고.
By the way, I believe it goes Urban Plague, Urban Nightmare, Star of the City, and then something in Latin.
하지만 도시의 별도 아니고 도시 악몽 정도라면 피사가 자력으로 해결 가능한 수준이라고 생각됩니다만.
그게 다른 부서에서는 그리 주목하지 않는 현상이라 전투 부서의 정규 직원들이 투입되지 않았거든요.
Hello, Magikarp. How are you? Or Magikarp, excuse me. You're 6 of them.
그들을 투입시켜주지 않은 겐가?
You splashing about? It is kind of interesting. There's a Star of the City that's eating like tons of citizens all the time. Or not Star City, excuse me, an urban nightmare that's eating tons of citizens, and for some reason they're not trying to deal with it. Don Quixote was now completely emotionally invested in this gripping tale of tragedy that our client was sharing. Cicera seemed to be enjoying Don Quixote's excessive, almost theatrical reactions.
이 현상이 나타난 장소가 뒷골목이니까요. 둥지였다면 당장이라도 압착부서의 정예 요원들을 배치했습니다.
The back streets. No one cares about the back streets.
그쯤 하시죠, 제사라부장. 그게 다는 아니지 않습니까?
Virgilius, come on, man.
당신의 직책이라면
You gotta more tact, just a little bit more tact.
협조 요청은 일도 아니었을 것이고.
I'm in the Mirror Dungeons mines right now, trying to get some IDs to fix some of my teams. I'm saving so much stuff up for Valpurgis because I have like no Valpurgis units.
Limbus Company를 선택한 이유는 따로 있지 않습니까?
I just spent some boxes to get Rhodian stuff so we could have some healing through this canto.
네네. 참 못 이기겠군요.
Well, I guess as a colored fixer though, Virgilius can do whatever he wants because like, what are you gonna do? Tell him no?
알겠어요. 자백하겠습니다. 라만차랜드를 없애는 것이 아닙니다.
Huh?
당신들은 곧 다른 해결사들과 함께.
So she doesn't want to destroy the much of it.
한 가지 조언을 드리자면 당신들이 황금가지를 찾으러 왔다는 사실을 다른 해결사들이 알게 하지 마세요.
Do they even know? I mean, I guess people are starting to learn what golden bows are.
황금가지라는 미지의 것이 어딘가에 숨겨져 있다고 섣불리 밝혔다간 해결사들에겐 또 다른 보상으로 여겨질 수도 있으니까요. 괜히 저들을 자극하지 말라는 소리죠.
Cicera basically saying, hey, if you tell our other fixers, they might not want to destroy this place, and then, oh no.
물론 눈치껏 저희 부서의 목표가 라만차랜드의 터벌이 아니라는 것도
It's very silly.
참고하는 게 좋겠죠?
한마디로 피사와 림버스 컴퍼니 서로가 원하는 것을 조용히 얻고 처리하자는 소리 정도로 일축할 수 있겠네요.
Too bad we have a Don Quixote.
정리가 깔끔하시네요.
너무 얕잡아 보지 말도록. 그렇게 멍청하게 기밀을 나불거릴 자가 우리 중에.
We're pretty bad at it, Otis. Like, all things considered, we're pretty terrible at operational security.
있을 수도 있네.
Like, you know, I don't know, a certain
이제 슬슬
Don Quixote.
언론으로 향하는 게 어떻겠습니까? 이곳에 오래 서 있을수록 시선만 많아질 뿐이니.
그렇네요.
Fair enough. G Corp Gregor, what's his support passive? I'm trying to remember what it is. Isn't the heal randomly one?
라만차랜드로 들어가 그곳을
Always forget.
최초로 만들어낸 무언가 혹은 누군가를 찾은 뒤 저에게 데려오세요.
Can do.
무언가일 수도 있다. 정보가 너무 적군. 생물인지 무생물인지도 알 수 없는 것인가.
Marcel, this is the most you've talked ever.
단순히 라만차랜드를 없애는 걸로 끝나는 게 아니라 만든 사람이 필요한
Okay.
이유는 뭔가요?
Oh, that's actually not the worst. 5 HP is pretty good. If it was a 5% though, imagine. Cicera's eyes twinkled for a brief moment as they lingered on Sinclair.
왜 그러시나요?
그런 질문을 감히 할 거라는 생각조차 하지 못해서 오히려 말문이
Pat. Oh, that's okay. One second, I have to update the tags for the stream. There we go.
제가 당신들에게 황금가지를 왜 찾아
It's very important tag that I put on every Limbus Company stream. This is a Rio Claire stream. If you don't like it, that's your opinion. I can't really do much, but you should like it. It's a base ship.
뭐 굳이 숨길 만한 내용은 아니지만요. 굳이 말씀드리자면 그 피해에 대한 책임을 묻기 위해서죠.
맞는 말이지. 그런 극악무도한 짓을 저지른 자에겐 마땅한 처벌이 내려져야 하는 법.
그리고 겸사겸사 다른 부서들을
Don Quiote, I don't think you're gonna
성과를
punish it or
승진하는
them.
더 좋고요.
I feel like whomever is in charge of archiving things isn't gonna punish the thing. They're gonna study it, which is not a punishment most of the time.
어차피 우리가 받아들이냐와는 관계없이 윗선과는 이야기가 다 끝난 사항이겠지.
만약 우리가 그곳을 직접 없애버리는데 성공한다고 쳐도 그 요상한 놀이공원을 만든 놈을 너희에게 안 데려오면 그땐 어쩔 거냐?
Heathcliff spoke crassly, but it was a reasonable question. After all, there was also a chance that we would fail to bring the culprit here, even if we wanted to.
당장 손에 넣을 순 없겠지만
Yeah.
황금가지라는
Shut
건
up.
우리 쪽에서도 차차 연구를 해보기 시작하겠죠.
It's a good threat. You know,
갖고 오지 않으면 앞으로 우리의 것을 빼앗을 수도 있다는 말.
if we don't give them what they want, they'll stop us from getting what we want.
물론 데려온다면 굳이 그런 불확실한 걸 연구할 필요는 없겠죠. 그리고 지금이야 라만차랜드가 도시 악몽에 머무르고 있다 해도 그 위험도
I never really
성장세가
understood how Hannah ranks things. And they're only one of the associations, by the way. I believe Hannah is the number 8 in Korean?
지금 이 순간에도 여러 해결사들이 라만차랜드의 토벌을 위해
I don't
도시
know.
전역에서 모이고 있기도 하고.
라만차랜드를 토벌할 사람들은
Yeah, Hannah's number 1 in Korean. I don't know my Korean numbers. I know Japanese. That's about it. I know there's the Sync Association, there's the OIFI Association, and then there's the Hannah. But I think it's probably dry. Knowing they usually choose dry or Funf. I might be Funf for German. No, because Sync is cinco, which is 5, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
돈과 명예를 원하는 자들은 언제나
It's probably dry.
없죠. 어쩌면 그 해결사들도
Actually, my
조만간
sinners.
황금가지라는 것에 관심을 가질 수도 있을 거예요.
You know, yeah, you're right.
단내를
Oh, it's Zwei. It's Zwei. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yes, yeah. So it's Hana, Zwei, Tres. What's 4 in French? I don't speak French. No, 4 would be Japanese, actually, wouldn't it? Yeah, 4 is Japanese. It's Ryoshu. Ichi-ni-san yo... Shi? Yeah, Shi Association. Yep. And then French. It's probably Sync. And then 6, it would be... whatever 6 is in Mandarin or Chinese. Daichi? No. I'm trying to remember. I'm doing numbers right now, which is not important to what's going on currently. It's kind of interesting that Hana is kind of like the association that a lot of people look up to. I guess they're the first association, so that's why. By the way, this music's really good. Do you have Ricardo Cliff? Ricardo Cliff's so good.
세력이나 해결사가 눈독 들이기 전에 조용히
I love the vague threats that are being thrown at us right now, by the way. It's like, oh, you know, we might start looking golden bows. And if it goes on for too long, other people might start looking for the golden bows. And then what will you do? It's like, shut up.
이번에도 이야기의 핵심을 잘 파악하네요.
We do love to do that.
맞아요. 다행인 일이죠. 서로가 찾고 있는 게 아직까진 서로에게만 가치 있다고 판단하고 있으니까.
Yeah,
그래서
sure.
당신들도 황금가지에 대해 말을 아끼는
All we know is that it's somehow
저도
linked to
라만차랜드를 만든 무언가에
Don
대해서
Quixote because it's obviously her time. Well, I guess we don't know that, but like we as the audience know that.
타다. 아는 놈이 많을수록 정보는 가치를 잃지. 흔해 빠진 공산품처럼.
Thanks, Ryoshu.
그럼 그렇지. 난 또 기념품이라도 챙겨주는 줄 알았잖아. 괜히 따로 부른 게 아니었네.
당신들에게 거는 기대가 커요. 죽음까지도 불사하시는 분들이잖아요.
Of course we are. She keeps saying that. This is what every single one of our contracts has been like. Our stability and safety goes out the window the moment the mission begins in earnest. We share nothing but our cold goals and objectives, not exchanging anything deeper than the shallowest transactions. I've grown to accept this as an inevitability, but I do know that this is probably not the right way. Hello, Don Quixote. Amidst the dull and resigned eyes of the other sinners, Don Quixote's eyes alone burned with passionate fire.
제사라 부장이시여, 믿어주시게. 꼭 이 돈 키오테와 림버스 컴퍼니의 동료들이 라만차랜드를 없애고 실종된 사람들까지 구해내리다.
Every victim, huh?
그 간악한 라만차랜드의 창조자 또한 데려올 테니 부디 모두를 대신하여 엄벌에 처해 주시게.
Again, Don Quixote, there's no justice here.
어머나, 그거 참 안심이 되는 말이네요. 웬만한 해결사들보다 더 믿음직스러운걸요?
Why are you crying now?
자네를 위해 용맹하고 명예롭게 싸워서 비사의 전당에 이름을
Don Quixote was bouncing up and down like she was prepared to stand at Cesaro's beck and call.
그만.
Have you heard of the Porn King the Porn King team? It's poised, burn, sinking. Porn King.
그 짧은 시간에 사람 하나 다루는 법을 정확하게 간파해냈군.
Oh, you should really learn.
자, 그럼 슬슬 이동할까요?
떠나세. 자, 안내해 주시겠는가?
안타깝지만 안내는 없어요. 여기 종이에 적힌 장소로 가주시면 됩니다.
어째서인가?
I really need to move faster these. I'm taking 20 minutes to get through one thing. I'm trying to skip through it too fast, but like also I'm just yapping.
당연하잖아요. 온갖 해결사들이 모여 있다는 곳에서 우리가 저 부장이랑 같이 들어가면 순식간에 인기 스타가 될 걸요.
Loud drinking noises.
우리랑 피사가 모종의 연결고리가 있다는 냄새를 바로 맡게 되겠지. 인기 스타 좋지 않은가?
돈키호테, 이 말의 뜻이 꼭 하나만 있지 않다는 걸 슬슬.
I always glaze Don Quixote's voice actress because she does an insane job of like making her crazy, especially if you hear like the way she plays characters in other games. It's her range is insane. But Gregor with his like begrudged sighs every time anything happens, like just like talking underneath his breath is also up there.
현장은 뒷골목에 있으니 통행권을 나눠드릴게요. 당분간 피사의 뒷골목과 둥지를 자유롭게 오갈 수 있는 특수 업무 비자입니다.
역시 이런 걸 줄 정도면 전혀 힘이 없는 부서는 아닌 것 같은데 말이죠.
I read that Captain Ahab is the same as Miss Puff in the Korean version of SpongeBob. Huh. I can see it. It's the funny part. The fault lies with you, SpongeBob, says Miss Puff as she changes her arm into a starfish and hits SpongeBob over the head. Because she absorbed she obviously absorbs Mr. Krabs Patrick and Squidward, right? Sinclair was still quietly suspicious, but that small doubt was practically buried in the brief commotion that followed as sinners gathered in front of Cicera to receive their visa. By the way, the titles of this chapter are so good, which treats life in the context of the not so famous but valiant Don Quixote, in which is explored Limbus Company's not exactly first alliance with a wing, or her harpoons, wherein the sinners are accepted and respected by fixers and ways of the city. The game's lying to us. We are neither accepted nor respected. Cicera's direction led up to an empty lot in the back streets.
뭐야 여기? 뒷골목은 보통 건물들이 뒤지게 빽빽하게 마련인데 왜 여기만 텅 비어 있어?
그러게. 뒷골목에서 이 정도의 땅을 놀리는 건 흔치 않을 텐데.
이유는 모르겠지만 건물에 현수막도 여기저기 붙어 있네요.
너희는 현장을 보고 있도록. 나는
I should definitely have done Sandy Cheeks rather than Mr. Krabs. It's definitely like Sandy's the first one, Squidward's the second one, but then the last one is Patrick because it was Pip, then Starbuck, and then Queequeg. I blew through the entire game with Rupture since it was the meta at the time. It was the only team I had. We are currently doing a Kurokumo run through the game for the stream. I want you to know it sucks.
그때까지 얌전히. 아니, 큰 사고까진 가지 말도록.
여부가 있겠는가?
He's giving up on a slim hope that we won't be getting into any trouble without him.
자, 그럼 안으로 들어가 볼까?
The empty lot was surrounded by all kinds of warning signs and perimeter tapes, deterring anyone from haphazardly wandering inside. And when we reached out to grab the tapes to duck under them,
Hey.
LCB sinners only. I was blessed on getting past Kanto 4 circle free. I have seen some crazy stuff. I've seen people beat Ricardo with only LCB sinner Ishmael, which is insanity to me. A voice rang out, stopping us in our tracks.
네, 네?
잘 모르는 것 같아서 하는 말인데.
All right, this guy.
함부로 들어오면 안 돼요. 안 돼.
I hate the way this guy looks. Something about this guy is off to me.
저도 그렇고 여기 모여 있는 사람들은 해결사거든요. 해결사. 여기는 일반인들이 함부로 있으면 안 되는 작전 구역이에요. 나참.
Well, I was about to say something stupid. I just realized. I was gonna say, how do you spell out letters in a language like Korean or Japanese or Chinese, where it's like a phonetic language? He looks like a Date Everything character. You're not wrong. He does indeed look like a Date Everything character, but you just sound it out using the phonetic sounds. That's how you do it. Like, what am I stupid?
잠깐만. 뭐죠? 왜 저만 쳐다보면서?
Murderous intent.
오, 우리를 걱정해 주는 것인가? 괜찮네, 괜찮아. 비록 아직 해결사는 아니지만 정의를 위해 목숨을 불사하고 싸운다는 그 마음만큼은 모두가 매한 가지지.
Don Quixote confidently leaps over the warning tape and scampers into the empty lot.
여기가 뭐 하는데 이제 알고 들어오는.
I mean, do you?
자네들처럼 우리 또한 의뢰를 받았다네. 라만차렌드의 토바르의 말일세.
I could practically hear everyone in the empty lot turning around to look at us. The looks in their eyes could hardly be described as friendly. In fact, their alarms at our arrival was palpable. She's so stupid, I love her. Tram, you're gonna love this Kanto, so hang out as long as you can, buddy. That's when one of the fixers wielding a massive weapon strode in our direction.
너희도 사냥하러 온 놈들이라고.
Hey, look, it's I don't know. He looks like he's part of a metal band.
아이고, 그러고 보니 무기 점검하는 걸로 잊어버렸네. 이럴 때가 아니지. 얼른 가서 마저 손질해야겠다.
Bye. The obnoxious guy, who was clearly way in over his head, hurried away when the giant of a fixer stomped his way into the conversation. Cheers, Tram. And the other fixers shook their heads as though they knew what was about to happen.
딱 봐도 협회 출신은 아니고 이름도 안 알려진 어중간한 사무소에서 온 모양인데.
Hey, that wasn't water? It is indeed water. I'm drinking water, and I have an energy drink.
대체 몇 명이 더 기어들어오는 거지?
That whenever you tell me to hydrate, I drink the water, and then I drink the energy drink in sips whenever I get a chance.
계속 줄어들어서 나중에 거스름돈이나 손에 쥘 수 있을지 걱정이군.
온지 얼마나 됐다고? 시비 거는 놈이 벌써 2명이냐?
My God, 6-7. Everyone do the emote in chat. I can't wait till we can actually get our sinners to level 67. It'd be great.
옷에는 송곳니 사냥 사무소라고 써 있긴 하다만 송곳니 사냥이라 하면
Feng Hunt Office.
너희 실제로 본 적은 있나?
Seen what?
무엇을 말인가?
Thank you, Young Quiote.
혈귀.
Yes.
혈귀? 이것과 혈귀가
How convenient, right, Ishmael?
이 임무에 혈귀가 연관되어 있다는 것은 전달받지 못한 사실이었다. 이거 봐. 이놈들도 제대로 아는 것도 없이 들어왔잖아. 난 너희같이 돈만 보고 아무것도 모른 채 득달같이 달려드는 놈들을 보면 부하같이 밀어. 혈귀 사냥을 방해하는 것도 모자라서 장뜩 돋아진 내 흥까지 쉽게 만들거든.
아니 왜? 돈만 보고 오는 게 잘못인가?
Rodian Shh.
로자 씨. 아마도 이 자들은 토벌 현상금이 목표가 아니라.
Nah, so I have Feng Hong Lu. He's actually really good, but we're not going to use him because we're using Kurokuma Hong Lu.
그래. 이 사건 자체에 특별한 의미를 부여하는 자들이군. 단순히 돈으로 움직이는 자들보다 골치 아픈
Fang Hunt, they don't like blood fiends, so they kill them and rip their teeth out, I believe.
혈기를 상대하는 게 뭔지 알지도 못하는 놈들과
Hey, excuse you. We fought one on a warp train.
닥커.
Shut the fuck up.
무시하려고 해도 궁금해서 되물어보게 되는군. 뭐라고 했지?
닥쳐라, 이 허세만 가득한 새끼.
닥쳐라, 허접.
Aw, Rio Shu.
이번엔 속마음이 좀 더 들어가신 모양이네요.
하지만 그런 단축도 마음에 드는군.
My little boy is growing up. He's learned how to swear and be mean, chat. I love him.
아무튼
Love you,
저희도
Sinclair.
혈기라고 많이는 아니지만 나름 상대해봤고 당신들한테 무시받을 사람은 한 명도 없어요. 적어도 전투에서만큼은.
Sinclair's first character word since Canto 3.
다 좋았는데 굳이 한번 뜸들였어야 해?
혈기와 싸워본 경험은 있다는 거야. 그럼 솜씨 한번 볼까?
토벌하러 들어가기도 전에 여기서 힘 빼야 돼? 다 허락받고 왔다니까.
The music is awesome. By the way, the music for this Canto is really good.
너무 걱정은
It's probably
마라.
some of my favorite.
달다리 정도만 적당히 부러지게 만들어주지. 딱 집으로 돌아가고 싶어질 만큼. 집으로 돌아가는 열차를 타면서 우리에게 고마워해라. 혈귀에게 비참하게 피를 빨아먹히는 것보다는 이 편이 더 나을
Don't worry. They're all like, every one of them is infinitely immortal. Me, not so much. Though I don't think you can drain blood from a clock. I grab my throbbing clock. Of what befell our company upon our departure from the Red Gaze's hand.
도대체 그런 변신 기술은 듣도 보도 못한 기술을 쓰는군.
야, 이 정도면 혈기 들이고 먹어 죽사발 만들 조건은 되냐?
그래, 이 정도면 인정할 수밖에 없지.
Me slotting in the blood fiend IDs for this fight. Huh? Wait a second.
생각보다 괜찮은 놈들이 왔는데 제 몫을 할 줄 아는 해결사는
I forgot this guy.
이제 보니 너희 전에 워프 승강장 앞에서 떠들던 개들이구나. 되게 바빠 보이던.
It's Romero.
나는 로메로야.
일행이 싸우는데
I don't remember this guy.
구경하고 있었던 건가?
처음부터 구경했던 건 아니고 중간부터 봤어. 어차피 얘네들은 말려도 내 말을 잘 안 듣거든.
That isn't much confidence, Romero.
쉽게 당할 실력도 아니길래.
He does have a cool little emblem here that kind of looks like a spider like mine.
이해해줘. 나쁜 친구들은 아니야. 혈기들을 사냥할 때 온갖 일에 겪다 보니 조금 예민한 거지.
이해하오. 그런 존재를 사냥하다 보면 많은 것에 의구심을 품을 수밖에 없을 테니.
사실 나도 얘들 의견에 부분적으로는 동의해. 토벌 상대에 비해서 피사와 하나 옆에서 내건 토벌 참가 조건은 지나칠 정도로 반대력.
Well, it's because, you know,
그런 식으로 조건에 낮춰서 모집하진 않았을 거야.
my skilled ones are already getting near 40 in clash power. Yeah, but that all changes when you get to extreme and then it's death. Unless you're doing just like, are you just doing hard runs, or are you doing or are you gonna go even further beyond? Like, where are you stopping at? Are you stopping on floor 5 or like floor 10 or 15? His friendly smile faltered slightly as he gestured around the empty lot.
저쪽 천막 주위를 둘러봐. 뭘 알고서 온 놈들이 있긴 하는지. 이런 건 전문가에게 맡기는 게 제일 안전했을 텐데 말이야.
See if we make it 15 again. I've been doing lots of... I can't wait. So once we catch up with the Kantos, I'm definitely going to do some solo extremes on stream. Because they're so much fun to do. Around the command tent, we all simultaneously turned to look at the large noisy tent.
여러분들 봤어? 저기 입구 쪽에서 싸움 난 거?
Tram, they put me in the game.
세상에. 내가 이런 놈들이랑 같은 의뢰를 하면서
Chat.
써야 된다는 거야.
Chat, they put me in the game. Chat. Chat, is this for real? Chat. Oh, this guy. This is a wonderful, wonderful man.
저자는 또 뭐지?
He's live streaming, Otis. In the distance, we saw some guy running his mouth and striking several exaggerated dramatic poses at a tiny device, most likely a camera of sorts. We have all experienced with someone like him in the past. That guy reminds me of a certain someone.
시크프리트처럼 사진을 찍어대네요.
He ran around for a while, visiting every corner of the empty lot, trying to get every detail in the frame. And suddenly started striding towards us in an annoyed gait.
이봐, 너희.
Hello.
본인을 불렀는가?
좀 다른 데로 가줄래? 시청자들한테 방해가 되잖아.
저희의 통행에도 방해가 되는데요. 그쪽이.
He whipped his attention back to the camera as though he's pretending not to hear what Ishmael said, or as if he decided that her words weren't worth entertaining.
아, 지금 내가 어디 왔냐고. 너무 놀라지 마. 바로 피사가 있는 16구 뒷골목이지. 맞아. 지난번에 피사 150년산 아이스크림 반영구 통조림 후기 방송 다들 기억하지? 그런데 아쉽게도 오늘은 아이스크림을 먹으러 온 게 아니야.
Vintage semi-permanent can't. What are you? What's going on, my man? You ate 150 vintage semi-permanent canned ice creams live? What's going on? What kind of live streams are going on in the city? I just. Huh?
뭐 하고 있는 거야? 누구한테 말을 하고 있는 건데?
Chat.
아마도
Chat, is this real?
방송을
Chat.
보고 있는 자기 시청자들한테 말하고 있는 것 같아요.
Chat, is this real?
모종의 방송 호스트라는 느낌이 드는군. 최근 일부 도시에서는 카메라를 통해 간단한 방송을 송출하는 문화가 유행이라는 것 같다.
I don't like being called out like this.
무례한 작자네. 꼬맹이 너무 신경 쓰지 마. 정말.
She stopped crying.
어? 경사스러운 날이 아닐 수 없고.
What?
저자는 3대 해결사 잡지 중 하나인 월간 해결사들 10월호에서 주목해야 하는 신인 해결사 12 중 한 명으로 뽑힌 서부 쉔크 협회의 까미우날이란 말일세.
He's one of the top 10.
누누이 말하는 거지만 그런 걸 아는 사람은.
I love Ishmael. She's just giving up at this point.
지난번에 버스에서 보여주기까지 했는데 아무도 듣지 않았다는 것인가?
Don Quixote, I'm gonna be honest with you. The only person who listens to you ramble Don Quixote is Tram, and he's French, so I don't know how much we can do for you.
미쳤냐 그걸 듣게? 당연히 안 듣고 잤지.
코빗길을 운행 중에 그런 길고 긴 말은 멀미를 유발하오, 돈키호테 양.
The grumbling senators clearly existed outside Don Quixote's world. She was breathing very heavily, a look of admiration clear on her face.
그런 까미우날이와 무슨 인사까지 나누게 될 줄이야.
I don't think he's gonna touch you, Don Quixote. Of course, no one shook hands or exchanged the simplest pleasantries with Camille just yet. Chat, is this real? Chat, is this for real? Look at these amateurs fighting and... Sorry, he's very silly. In which the tale of our young master is revealed. So fun fact, Sinclair got this person's ID. Marcel got his ID, but Sinclair got this person's ID. But it's really weird because at the same time, Ishmael has a Zvi ID as well. And you would think it's her, but it's actually Sinclair according to the Mirror Dungeon achievements.
와, 여러분 보여? 이쪽은 이번 임무에서 내 보조를 맡은.
Chat, is this for real? Hey chat, look. It's me, chat. I think I look better than him, chat.
보조가 아닌.
착장을 보면 알겠지만 나랑 똑같이 서부에서 온 해결사들이야. 가끔 이렇게 협회에서 내 보조를 멋대로 붙여서 협력.
My man keeps calling her a sidekick. It's very funny.
어? 그래, 맞아. 난 혼자일 때도 빛나는 편이긴 하지만 위에서 그렇게 하라는데 뭐 어쩌겠어. 그래도 자, 폴라 씨, 우리 팬 여러분들에게 인사 한마디
Minus
해줄래?
50 offense. I think the most I've inflicted at one time is like 70. I think I hit 70 once. I don't remember what I did. I remember hitting that 70 and then never hitting it again and then dying.
쉐이크 협회와 스바이 협회가 한 자리에서 협력하는 것을
Calm down, Don Quixote. I think she's tearing up.
없이 벅차오르는 이 감동.
We shouldn't have brought Don Quixote here. We should have left her on the bus.
매일 영상으로만 본 자들이, 책자로만 보던 자들이, 피규어로만 보던 자들이
So okay.
직접 걸어다니고 이야기하는 걸 눈앞에서 보고 있다니.
I believe we'll learn about these people. I believe these are people. I believe these. We'll learn about these people later. Here's the blood hunters or blood fiend hunters. He looks like he's from the stray dogs from Ruin now, but I don't know where he is from. Do you know most of the fixers here then, Don Quixote?
구독 중인 해결사 잡지에 나온 해결사들은 대부분 거의 다 모조리 알고 있네.
Don't laugh like that. Right. If that's the case, then if everyone here really are all fixers, then she probably knows who that person is too, right? That person who's been staring daggers at us this whole time? Then who are they over there? That group of fixers who's been staring at us for a while.
어디 보시오, 어디?
Oh,
벌써부터 림버스 컴퍼니를
right.
알아보는 해결사가 있단 말인가? 이거 참 곤란한데.
I love the way she talks. It's
그래서 일부러 일면에 본인 사진을 실는 건 과다고 했거든. 그 본인의 지식에 없는 자들인 걸로 보아서는 등록한 지 얼마 안 되는 조그만 사무소 같군.
다행이네요. 저분들이 누구인지는 마침 제가 알고 있거든요.
sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, Don Quixote, but
무엇이? 본인도 모르는 해결사를 안단 말이오?
not exactly. Don Quixote stares at Hong Lu in utter disbelief.
고개 숙여. 얼른. 같이 쳐다보지 마.
I can just imagine Mersault just standing there staring, just like with this exact expression, no emotion, just.
아까부터 계속 마주보고 있는 중이었다. 눈을 피할 이유는 없었다.
그걸 세간에서는 눈싸움이라고도 부르거든. 그러니까 그냥.
이젠 저희 쪽으로 걸어오고 계시는데요?
Do not wave.
손이라도 흔들어야 할까요?
Don't even, Sinclair, don't.
그럼 이렇게 된 거 만만하게 책 잡히지 않게 다시 쳐다보자고. 당당하게.
Gregor. You know they're within hearing distance, right?
바로 앞까지 오셨어요.
아이씨 답답해. 눈을 왜 피해? 이런 거
What is this gonna be, a fight?
탄전이야. 야, 볼 일 있냐? 어? 넌 또 왜 이 상황에서도 실실 웃고 있어?
여러분에게 이렇게 빠르게 소개해드리게 될 줄은 미처 몰랐어서요.
Hey, I wonder whose chapter is after Don Quixote's.
인사시켜드릴게요. 제 동생 가시춘이랍니다.
Wait, how? What?
인사시켜드릴게요. 제 동생 가시춘이랍니다. 여러분에게 이렇게 빠르게 소개해드리게 될 줄은 미처 몰랐어서요.
Little sister.
동생이요?
자칫하면 몰라볼 뻔했지 뭐야. 마지막으로 보았을 때만 해도 내
Hong Lu.
있었니?
I swear Hong Lu looks different. I feel like he always looks the same, but I swear they actually like changed his sprite in this one.
그건 어릴 때였으니까.
Everyone say hi. Everyone say hi to Jia Zishun. I apologize. I don't speak Chinese. Is it Jia? Is it Zichun? Is it Shi? Is it Shishun? Chichun? I don't know. Help! Help! I'm drowning. I'm a man drowning. Yeah. Okay. Tram. I'm gonna send you to I'm gonna send you to another dimension. Put that into Google Translate. Anyways, everyone say hi to Honglu's little sister. She's really cool. I like her.
집을 나가서 혼자 대체 뭘 거창한 짓을 준비하고 있나 했더니 이게 전부야? 오빠가 만든 세력이?
Yes, actually. We're pretty cool. Hey, at least I am. I don't know about the rest of them, but I'm pretty cool.
세력이 아니야, 시춘. 소개해줄게. 여기서부터 차례대로.
I love the way Honglu talks to her. Zichun. He said Zichun, right?
세력이 아니야, 시춘.
Zichun.
소개해줄게.
Zichun. Shichun. They look nothing alike? Wow. There's reasons for that. Come on, Gregor.
왜 그렇게 쭈뼛거려? 내 이름은 로즈. 됐어? 그럴 시간도 없고.
Also, they look pretty similar. He just has like dark eyes and she has like pink eyes. They could have different parents for all we know, or different like not different parents, but like different like mothers, because you know, harems. They happen. Jia Shichun gave us a side eye before dismissively cutting us off. Poor Gregor.
그래. 아, 이제 보니까 키만 자란 게 아니라 시춘.
Jichun. Harem that happens. They do. Like, are you trying to tell me that, like, cultures that in the past are known for having harems aren't going to have them in the fantasy version of the world?
나처럼 친구들도 많아졌구나. 새로 사귀었니?
To call them friends was a very optimistic assessment on Honglu's part, because the people who accompanied Jia Shichun were all threateningly sizing us up like they were getting ready for a fight.
정말 친구라고 생각해서 그렇게 묻는 거야? 그리고 다른 오빠 언니들에 비하면 한참 부족한 편이야.
그렇구나.
그리고 가족 중에 몇 명이 여전히 오빠를 찾고 있는 건 알아?
Well, I'm saying like, well, like, cause the show, like if we're gonna go to Japan here, like the shogun in Japan had his main wife, then he had a court of harems. I'm sure China had something similar. Because you know, they didn't have Christianity to tell them that no, you have to be married to just one person.
안 그래도 저번에 가완 형이랑 만나서 잠깐 이야기 나눴어.
그 망나니 오빠를 만나고도 멀쩡한 걸 보니 우는 어지간해도 좋나 보네.
You know what's actually really interesting? Well, because the reason I say that is because like a lot of the pagan religions, which is it's a weird way to call them, but a lot of like the old religions amongst like Europe, like Germanics and stuff like that, they tend to have harems as well. Concubines were a much necessary part of the culture, but then Christianity said no more concubines. I am very lucky, thank you very much. I think back to the time we first met this Jia Huan. This is definitely not how you pronounce that name. Huan? His venomous words, a contemptuous look. Hey, remember this word. He gave us as we lay there dying. It seems that moment was embellished into a pleasant, quick chat in Honglu's memory. Either that or that interaction was what counted as a quick chat for Honglu.
시춘, 아까 들었는데 이곳 일대는 위험하다는 것 같아. 사람들이 실종되기도 하고. 너와 일행분들은 안전하게 대피하는 게 어떠니?
I love Honglu. Honglu's such a silly man.
진짜 농담이라고 하는 건지 걱정이라고 하는 건지. 저기 말이야. 난 맹한 오빠랑 세력 아니지.
Hey, we're all equals here. I'm a first-rate minion with a third-rate deck.
알아듣겠어? 나도 라만체랜드 토벌 참가자야. 이 장소가 어떤지는 어떤 장소인지는 내가 더 잘 알걸?
I mean, probably.
참가자라니? 시춘, 네가 이런 걸 참가할 필요는 없지 않니?
당연하지. 오빠도 그런 푼돈이나 노리고 여기까지 기어들어온 건 아닐 거 아니야?
The first wave of minions you clear in legal. Oh man, don't remind me to league. I can't last hit for shit in league.
푼돈. 그렇지. 푼돈.
Pocket money. Poor Rhodia, don't worry.
그럼 아니다. 너도 웨이 씨도 대답해 줄 것 같진 않네.
Last harder? I can't. I play on EU servers. I'm playing at a disadvantage. My ping is like 400. Like 200 at least. Honglu's eyes momentarily diverted from his younger sister to her posse. There stood a long-haired man who looked toward Jia Zichun. Or Chichun. It's my domain? I all my friends who play League play on EU, okay? I haven't played League in like 3 years either. As though he was asking for her permission, and then walked towards us and bowed and politely toward bowed deeply and politely toward Honglu.
안녕하십니까, 도련님.
Hi, Wei. Hey, look, it's I forgot her name. The horse from Uma, the brain rot horse. She says Wei all the time.
와,
I forgot her name.
오랜만이에요, 웨이 씨. 아직도 시춘의 호이신가 보네요.
Chichun. Wei Shi.
부족하지만 여전히 아가씨를 모시고 있습니다.
That's okay, buddy. Pat, 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 pat.
안쪽은 위험할 수도 있을 텐데. 아, 시춘. 우리랑 같이 다니는 건 어떻겠니?
도련님은 여전하시군요.
Yep. Honglu still Honglu.
아니, 서로의 목표에만 집중하고 여기서 헤어지는 건 어때? 가만 보니까 그쪽들은 불필요한 관심을 받는 데에는 재능이 있는 것 같은데 안에선 구태여 아는 척하지 않으면 더 좋고.
그래. 시춘 네가 원한다면
Chichun.
그렇게.
I'm pronouncing these names wrong, so I'm sure, but I'm gonna keep trying.
다시 만난다면 오빠가 적어도 전보다는 더 나은 모습일 거라고 생각했어.
Honglu still Honglu.
그렇구나. 네 눈엔 아니었나 보네.
지금 만난 게 나라서 다행인 줄 알아. 다른 언니 오빠들이었으면 그 곱상한 머리통이 이미 바닥을 뒹굴고 있었을 거니까.
응? 고마워.
Jia Jichun scowled and opened her lips as though she was about to shoot something back, but she thought better of it, turned around, and left with her posse.
뭐 사이 좋은 가족은 의외로 흔치 않잖아. 그렇지?
Who says that, Gregor? Has anyone in chat ever heard the it's rare to see a happy family than to see a unhappy one outside of this very moment?
왜 날 봐? 난 그 개자식은 가족으로 생각 안 했어.
아니 그게 저
뭘 쳐다보는 거지? 동이라도 팔아나?
Ryoshu.
아이고 참.
Poor Gregor. You chose like the worst person.
여전히 변한 게 없네요.
He's so happy. Look at him. He's so happy.
예전에도 저렇게 까칠했다는 거야?
아니요. 예전에도 다른 형제들보다 저를 더 잘 따랐거든요. 시추는.
By the way, this is very important. The way she talked to him, and she's still his most amicable sibling.
예전에는이 아니라 예전에도라고 한 것이 맞소?
맞아요.
저것이.
His saying expression grew into a complicated mess of emotion as he looked to the ground, unable to speak further.
회의는 저 안에서 하려는 모양인데요. 이제 저희도 들어가야 할 것 같아요.
I agree, Sinclair. Looked to where Sinclair was pointing at and saw a line of fixers walking to what appeared to be a makeshift command tent. Yeah, we should. I really have to speed up these chapters or we're going to be here all night. I gotta quit yapping. Who are those people accompanying Virgilius and Charon?
반가워서 열심히 손 흔들었는데 봐주지도 않네.
No, this wasn't about Virgilius. Don Quixote, who had stood next to me, was very gradually starting to hyperventilate. You okay, Don Quixote?
비정상적인 호흡 숫자의 증가는 10분 전부터 관찰되고 있었습니다. 생명에 지장이 있는 형태는 아니다.
Good job, Marcel. Thank you, buddy.
호흡을 끝내는 법은 잘 알고 있다만.
Which is, Russia regarded me with a look that clearly and concisely communicated that she wanted to choke out Don Quixote. I tried my best to look away. Are you okay, Don Quixote? Ishmael sighed and stepped forward, sensing that Ryoshi was about to do something we would rather not have her do.
대신 말해드릴게요. 하나 협회에서 온 해결사인가 보네요.
Yay, Hannah. The Hannah Association is the one that's overseeing all Fixer Association activities, right? I guess all the times Don Quixote went on impromptu Fixer-related lectures weren't all for naught. I never paid much attention to it, but once you hear something enough times, those lectures just have a way of lodging themselves into your brain. That name alone clearly carried a lot of weight among other fixers. As the Hannah Association fixer, dressed in pure white, walked into the room, they all slowly turned around to gaze upon her. And
시선도? 세상에 특색을 볼 줄은.
yeah, but I don't think he's allowed to come in.
주목을 받는 게 하나 협회만이 아닌데.
Virgilius, who we'd somehow grown used to seeing after such a long period of traveling together, was commanding the attention of everyone in the room merely by his presence. That reminds me, I heard that Don Quixote was overwhelmed by sheer excitement when she saw Virgilius on the bus. Pretty sure she was on the verge of passing out from the sheer joy of bringing to work next to a colored fixer.
이게 당연한 반응인 거죠. 베르길리오스 씨는 색을 부여받은 몇 안 되는 특색 해결사니까.
Remember, colored fixers basically are the best of the best. They're so far above grade 1 fixers that like there's literally no comparison. Also, ads are starting, so we will have to do this debriefing in a second. While ads are going on, I'm gonna go get some more water because I'm thirsty. I'll be right back. How are you doing, my dear spiderlings, subscriber spiderlings, and people who have Twitch Turbo, and people who have ways to get around ads that I don't know? How are we all? This wonderful, wonderful night, morning, evening, whatever time it is for you. Afternoon. I would skip afternoon. I would say morning, evening. Did I say afternoon? I actually don't think. It's just become second nature, so I don't even realize what I say anymore. I'm gonna just try to stop yapping so much just during these and just kind of let the scene play out. I'm obviously gonna react to what's going on the screen, but I'm gonna try to not like spend 30 minutes staring at one cutscene and one scene on the screen. I'm so sorry. The pacing has been absolutely horrid tonight. I blame the energy drink. Truly, we make it into La Mancha Land before the stream's over. I think we will. We're making pretty good progress. It's gonna be very fun though. I'm hoping to at least get to the end of the first section of Don Quixote's story. That's where I'm hoping we end up. Maybe a little bit further, but if we get to the very end of it, I'll be wonderfully happy. It's not too far. I think it's only like 17 in, which isn't like too far. I believe number 2 is all the way to the dungeon, and number 3 is the dungeon itself. Ugh. I really can't wait till we catch up, and then I can do those extreme runs for 1, and then 2, be able to experience new parts of the story with you all. Because like I'm trying not to overplay my reactions, because I do obviously know what's happening, but I do want to also you know, I don't want to be like bored by it, you know. I don't want to seem like I'm bored by it, because I really do enjoy the story, and I'm really enjoying going through it again, because I have forgotten so much. Like I forgot about Romero. That guy does not exist in my brain. He got what's the word? The thing concept incinerated from my cranium. I don't even remember what happens. And we're back. Welcome back, chat. I was just talking about how far I hope to get here. I hope to get to the end of the first part of this canto before the end of the night, but we'll see.
다들 보고 있어? 맞아, 엄청나지? 그 특색.
Chat. You seeing this? Chat.
저는 내가 완성한 거 기억하지? 딱 내가 예상한 대로잖아. 이 의뢰는 도시 악몽급 그 이상일 거라니까. 아, 위험한 일이 생기지 않을까.
Can we get some L Camille's in chat for being such a greedy man? Otis, you're like 30. Come on. Between Camille's nonstop jabbering and Otis's tongue clicking in even 3-second intervals, I wasn't sure which one of the two was more annoying. Thankfully, we weren't the only ones getting increasingly tired of Camille's antics.
지금부터 이 회의장에서 하나 협회가 허가한 공식적인 임무 기록용 촬영 외 모든 촬영 행동은
Yeah, quit live streaming everything, Camille.
발각될 시 해결사 협회에서 벌점을 부과할 예정이다. 벌점에 따라서는 해결사 자격 정지, 등급 강등까지 이뤄지는 점. 각 개인은 잘 알고 있을 것이다.
I wonder what grade Camille is.
여러분, 나는 아무래도 여기서 퇴장해야 할 것 같아. 숭고하게 싸우고 나서 돌아올게. 아, 같이 저녁 식사를 하고 싶은 해결사 투표 꼭 잊지 말아주고.
I can only do one Al Camille tonight. AI Camille? Al Camille? Is it AI or is it AL? What the hell is Al Camille? Is it a drink? Is it alcohol? Drinking too much? Would you want to have dinner with this man, Stuart? He's us, Stuart. This man is us. Me and you. This man is a streamer. Look at that. He's got a little phone, everything. The Hainer fixer's cold declaration fell upon Camille, and the fixer's, as long as he pays, I'll be honest with you, I don't think Camille pays. And the fixers inside the command tent like a heavy layer of snow. They all began hurriedly fidgeting with their devices, trying to put them back in their respective cases and bags. With that, the commotion inside the tent rapidly simmered down.
꼴 좋네요. 저자는 당신네 사람 같은데 턱이 빠져 있는 것 같다만.
Oh, Don Quixote. The fixer from Hand Association asked in our direction, glancing at Don Quixote. The eyes. Soon, a P Corp employee walked out in front of the fixers. Round 4, by the way. This is important. For someone who's very happy to see us, he didn't so much as glance up in our direction.
저는 피사 아카이빙 부서의 3등급 기록직 과장 알레시오.
Hi, Alessio.
저분은
Hanul. Ah, yes, Hanul from the Hanna Association. I'm so happy. I fucking hate you.
아까 만났던 채사라 라는 부장과는 다른 사람이네요.
She's a busy woman, Sinclair.
부장이 직접 나타날 정도의 자리는 아니라는 건가?
자, 그럼 작전 브리핑을 시작하도록 하겠습니다.
As we're all standing there here and sharing our predictions, the employee who introduced himself as Alessio started loading up various images on the monitor.
뭔 거창하게 회의까지 해.
Yes. Remember, chat.
아직 시작조차 하지 않았어.
Heathcliff lets out a loud, exaggerated yawn. The reproachful glares of their fixtures were so palpable that I could almost feel them prickling at my skin.
따로 앉고 싶네요.
Sadly, no, Ishmael. Huh? It makes me feel like I'm something of a fixer myself, sitting here with all these people.
저는 말입니다. 관리자님, 이곳과
Can we-
비교도 아까울
can we shut
만큼
up?
작전의 지휘를 여러 번.
Numerous. I wanted to hear more about her story, but the mission briefing was actually getting started. I decided to table my curiosity until later.
앞으로 3시간 이내로 이곳에 등장하게 될 라만차랜드는 수십 명 이상의 해결사들이 토벌에 실패한 공식적인 도시 악몽입니다. 잠시 희생자들을 위한 애도의 시간을 가지겠습니다.
Brief moment of silence, everyone. Don Quixote immediately cast her gaze downward with a graven expression, but I could count with my 10 fingers the number of people who seemed to be taking it even remotely seriously. Why did he say it like that? Why did he say on my 2 hands? He specified that he has 10 fingers. Weird sentence. Things we know about Dante: he has 10 fingers, he has a clock for a head, and he wears red. That's it. He could be 40 feet tall. We don't know. We don't know. It's like Jesus. It's like there's no like descriptions of Jesus in the Bible. He can fit inside a church and is larger than a baby. That's it. Some fixers muttered amongst themselves that the victims were just fools who were in over their heads. Even I, with my endless naivety, could tell that none of the fixers really considered them victims. He's white and carries an M16. No, that's GI. Stuart, you're getting Jesus mixed up with GI. A light buzz of murmurs and idle chatters filled the silence. A look of boredom clear on the fixers' faces as though they'd heard it all before.
자, 이제 이 화면에 집중해 주십시오.
This picture's funny. You've got Wei and Shishun, Charon, Virgilius, Don Quixote, Hong Lu, this guy, Camille, this woman who I forgot the name of already, Alessio, and Hanul. Several low-resolution images began to load on the display.
라만차랜드가 탄생한 것 자체는 최소 200년
200 years. Remember the chat.
추정하고 있습니다.
These are important things.
이는 보고된 사진과 영상들에 찍혀 있는 자재들의 노후 상태로 추측한 결과입니다. 하지만 라만차랜드가 본격적으로 세간에 알려지기 시작한 건 2달 전입니다.
이미 다 아는 내용인데 뭐 하러 울고 있어?
I don't know this. Tell me more.
피사에서는 토벌에 참가하는 모두에게 충분한 정보를 제공해야 할 의무가 있습니다.
그러니까 이미 다 아는 정보라고. 이럴 시간에 차라리
뭔가 크게 착각했군.
Hanul. Hi. I wonder if all Hana Association people have to have white streaks in their hair. Cause I'm pretty sure a bunch of them in Runa also had this design.
물론 이곳에 모인 사람 중엔 우수하고 꽤 그럴듯한 실력을 갖춘 자들이 있을 수도 있겠지. 하지만 그래봐야 너희 중 대다수는 이런 도시행동 사건을 처리하다 죽고 다시 채워지는 널리고 널린 해결사 중 하나일 뿐이다.
I mean, she talks it good.
나와 같은 위치인 1급 해결사조차 되지 못하고 중간에 낙오되겠지. 설사 한두 명이 운 좋게 1급이 된다 해도 여기 계신 붉은 시선과 같은 경지는 꿈도 꾸지 못할 거다.
Quit sucking him off.
그저 쓰러진 채 그들의 전투를 보고 차이를 느끼며 죽어갈 이들이 대부분이겠지.
The grin on the fixer's faces quickly faded away as the boisterous fixer fell dead silent.
그러니까 저 하나 협회 쪽 해결사 길잡이랑 비슷하거나 바로 아래급은 된다는 거냐?
That's Heathcliff. It's a whole can of worms.
그래도 역시 붉은 시선님이 더 짱이라네.
Don Quixote.
그러니 꼴사납게 자만하지 말고 계속해서 집중하도록.
By the way, does she have blush? I can't tell if it's my monitor, but I think she has like little blush spots underneath her eyes.
협조 감사합니다.
Kind of
계속
cute.
진행하도록 하죠. 라만차랜드가 이곳에 갑작스럽게 출몰한 이유는 아직까지 알 수 없습니다.
It is interesting though that it is manifesting
이곳이
here.
뒷골목임에도 라만차랜드가 가진 특수성으로 인해 존재 자체만으로 피사에 무시할 수 없는 위협이 되고 있죠.
그래서요. 여기 땅값이 장난 아니게 내려갔잖아요.
Gotta hate this guy. The fixer from earlier, the one who tried to stop us from entering the scene before scuttling away, slowly sidled up to us and began chatting us up. Most of us ignored him, but Hong Lu did respond to him in a kindly voice.
아, 그런가요?
당연하죠. 처음에 적에 출몰했을 때 진짜 장난 아니었다니까요. 밀집되어 있는 건물 한복판에 생겼으니까요. 얼마나 아비규환이었는데요.
아비규환. 아름다운 단어.
Ryoshi, don't talk to him. Ryoshi, don't look at him.
이사의 건물들이 대부분 탄성이 좋아서 나타난 공간만큼 휘어지긴 했지만 무너지진 않았어요.
Shh, this guy doesn't exist.
그래도
Don't look at him.
라만차랜드가 만들어지면서 주위에 순식간에 퍼져 나오니까 건물들은 죄다 휘고 그랬다니까요. 그런 규모의 사고치고 생존자가 많은.
By the way, P Corp's singularity has something to do with packaging fish, I
건물
believe,
안에 있던 사람들은
or packaging food.
지금은 출몰 지점 반경 3km까지는 어떤 건물도 세우지 않는 걸로 규정되긴 했는데
겨우 3km?
That's such an interesting. That the word kilometer is just kilometer in Korean. You would think they came up with a new one. I wonder what measurement system did Korea use?
피사의 특이점을 활용한 건물들은 신축성이 높아서 그 안에만 있으면 웬만하면 무너지거나 꺼질 일은 없습니다. 주거지에 라만차랜드 외곽이 걸치는 정도는 괜찮다는 판단이겠죠.
I'm always so curious about those things. Like, where did like metric come from?
피사의 모토가 어디서든 안전한 보금자리를 만드는
I think French, if I had to guess, by the way things are spelt.
하지만 그 사달이 났는데 여기로 이사 오고 싶어 할 사람들은 아무도 없을 테니
We're actually in Kanto 7. You know, 6, not 6, 6, 7. Wait, I hate this. I hate and love 6, 7 because it annoys everyone. Now you're good. Yes, I'm indeed. Yes, Justice, I am indeed in Kanto 7. With our good beloved Don Quixote.
한때 여기 주민들끼리 참다 못해 피켓도 들고 직접 자경단을
Yippee,
꾸려서
Justice.
라만차랜드에 쳐들어가기도 했다니까요.
Welcome back. You didn't miss much. So that's what those banners were about, huh?
사진에 보고된 것처럼 라만차랜드는 겉으로 보기에는 화려한 놀이공원의 모습을 하고 있다. 여러 보고 중 공통된 증언은 반경 8km까지의 인원에겐 음악 소리가 들린다는 것이다. 이로 인해 호기심을 품은 시민들이 섣부르게 접근하였으며 대다수가 돌아오지 못했지.
그 음악 소리에 사람을 최면 상태로 유도하는 효과가 있을 가능성은 없습니까?
그 점 또한 간과하지 않을 수 없습니다. 아무리 여기저기에 접근 금지 표지판을 세워놓아도 이를 무시하고 들어간 방문객들 또한 많았으니까. 라만차랜드라는 게 생겨나면 뭐부터 해야 하지?
Who does he look? Can someone help me here? This guy looks familiar to me. Well, outside of the fact that I know him from this game. but I swear he's from a different video game. But I don't know who he is.
일단 너희들이 라만차랜드에 입장하고 나면 반드시 곧바로
He looks so familiar, but I don't know who he reminds me of. Can you all just start saying people he reminds you of so I can maybe guess?
그곳에서 너희들이 마주할 것들은 풍선을 나눠주는.
He looks like, he does. He looks so out of place. I don't know why, but like
반갑게 손을 흔들면 노래를.
he kind of looks like a vampire himself. Really, I would think he's a vampire if I knew that he wasn't. If I didn't know that he was a blood fiend hunter. Hi, Romero. Like even his boss looks better than he does.
혈기들 뿐이겠지.
뭐 혈기가 진짜 있긴 한 거였어?
Yep.
한참 전에 도시의 별로 유명했다던 피피밤 몰라? 그게 엄청난 혈기였다는 소문이 자자했었는데.
She was, and then we killed her in the Library of Ruina.
그 소문이 진짜인지 아닌지 누가 알아? 뭐만 하면 살이 붙어서 사실 별거 아니었던 소문들이 얼마나 많은데. 소문? 핏빛밤이 얼마나 즐기고 처참할 정도로 강했는지 평생 모를 너희들은 감히 그렇게 입에 가볍게 올릴 자격이 없다.
그래. 그곳에서 너희를 맞이하는 건.
Oh, so chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat. By the way, you're not gonna find any popcorn or welcome songs. I apologize. We're sadly only gonna find vampires, which I mean, some of you might be into. Hey, if you wanna like tussle with vampires, that's all up for you. I'm not gonna stop you.
이빨을 갈고 있는 굶주린 혈귀들 뿐이다.
Wow. I've seen what you all read. I've seen the golden is it Morning Glory Milking Farm? I believe that's the name of the new meme thing that everyone's talking about. That's the meme image. That's the meme book with the woman and then the big minotaur guy on the front. If you didn't know.
아까 미처 전달을 다 못 드렸지만 라만차랜드를 이루고 있는 재료들은 인간의 혈액입니다.
Oh lordy.
약 200년 전의 것이죠.
혈귀는 피로 놀이공원을 만들 수도 있는 건가요?
Blood fiends can do a lot of things, Sinclair.
오로지 혈기들 뿐이라는 건 좀 마음에 드는군. 어중간한 놈들은 금세 쭉쭉 낮아버릴 테니까.
Where did Romero? Where? Something happens with him. I forget what it is.
전에 이스도 호수에서 저렇게 말했던 것 같은데.
Kata, I don't. Kata, I don't judge. All right, you can do. You like what you like. All right. I mean, I like women that are dangerous for me. So like, I get it. I'll never get over that in Twilight, because this is vampire related. In Twilight, the creator of Twilight, Stephanie Meyer, she created a version. Stephanie Meyer, she created a version of the Twilight books, but instead of being a girl being hunted by a vampire boy and a werewolf boy, it is it's a like emo boy being stalked by a vampire woman and a werewolf woman. So and people were and there was a lot of guys who were like, I get it. I finally understand why all the girls really love Twilight.
까딱하다가는 목숨이 날아가게 생긴 마당에 눈앞에 놈들이 태평하게 졸기나 하고 있으면
Hey, Heathcliff, you alright, buddy?
나오지게 된다고요.
안 졸았어. 아까 어떤 새끼가 내 발에 있는 힘껏 밟아댔거든.
Yeah.
날씨가 좋네요.
Pat. I love this is my favorite. I love him. It was Sinclair who was stepping on his foot as the rather forcible behest of Ishmael, but I held my silence. The last thing I wanted was to have the two of them bickering again.
이어가자면 라만차랜드 안에서 약 6시간 정도가 지나면 퇴장을 알리는 음악이 나오기 시작할 거다. 이 또한 생존하여 돌아온 해결사들과 입장객에게서 나온
I love Sinclair. Skincare is my favorite.
퇴장 음악이 들릴 때부터
I'm trying to find a good Sinclair to use or uses my background, but like
너희들은 다음 토벌이 열릴
he doesn't have many like
갇혀버리게 된다. 사실상 혈귀들과의 기약 없는
cute images or like hot images. I mean I currently have middle Sinclair as my thing, but you know. Yeah, by the way, we have 6 hours to do this whole mission. So everyone start your timers for how long you think it's taking us to do this mission.
특정 놀이기구엔 실종자들이 탑승하고 있다고 증언 또한 있었습니다만 여러분이 신경 쓸 요소는 아닐 겁니다.
지금까지 파악된 증언들을 토대로 본다면 라만체랜드는 총 4개의 구역으로 나누어져 있다. 생존자들의 정보들을 통해 만든 지도를 보여주지.
Yeah. I get it. It's funny. I started up Limbus today, and I had a 14 gigabyte update. That's the reason the stream was slightly late because I didn't get that done. I was looking it up, and apparently sometimes the cache just gets a little corrupted, so it has to like reinstall the whole files.
현 시점에서 이 마지막 구역까지 진입한 자들은 아무도 없다. 단 1, 2, 3구역의 특정 장치를 모두 가동시켜야지만 마지막 구역에 입장이 가능하다는 것만 파악되었지.
I wonder who set up the devices, because this doesn't seem like an actual thing that would be part of the theme park. By the way.
참고로 현재까지 가동되었던 장치는 1구역과 2구역뿐. 아직 3구역은
God, I hate it. Area 3 sucks. I hate it so much.
좋아. 우리들은 곧바로 3구역으로 달려가면 되는 건가?
아니, 모든 장치는 라만차랜드가 사라짐과 동시에 초기화된다.
즉 여기 있는 인원들을 나누어서 각각 1구역부터 3구역까지 입장을 해야 한다는 것입니다.
알았어. 각자 맡은 구역으로 간 후에 장치를 가동시키고 다 같이 마지막 구역에서 집결해야 한다는 거군. 1, 2, 3구역의 모든 장치를 가동했다는 전제 하에.
Oh, don't worry, Romero.
맞습니다. 라만차랜드 토벌의 핵심은 마지막 구역에 입장할까.
The Manchaland problem.
그쪽에서 말하고 싶은 것이 있나?
재밌잖아요. 1, 2, 3구역의 모든 장치를 가동시켜야지만 마지막 구역이 개방된다는 규칙은 마치 놀이 같지 않나요? 라만차랜드를 토벌하러 오는 우리에게 의도적으로 조건을 세워주고 있는 것 같아.
Like I just said, who set up these buttons? Why? For what purpose?
우리가 혈귀들의 속내를 어떻게 알겠어? 날 때부터 악하게.
Well, okay, I don't know. Blood fiends aren't really born; they're made.
하나, 확인이 필요한 사항이 있다.
Oh, Paula. Hi, Paula.
우리 협회는 토벌금을 목표로 온 것이 아닌 의뢰자의 구출을 위해 참여했다.
우리 협회라고 정없이 말하지 말고 쉔크 협회도 함께 말해줄래?
Hi, Camille.
따라서 츠바이 협회와 쉔크 협회는 1, 2, 3구역으로 들어가 장치를 가동시킬 이유가 없는 상황이다.
여기에 대해서는 당신이 말해주는 게 정확하겠군.
그러죠. 이곳에 모인 여러분들은 각자 다양한 이유로 인해서 왔을 거라고 생각합니다.
I'm cute. That's why I'm here.
따라서 저희 피사에서는 토벌 분배금이라는 것을 측정하여 라만차랜드 토벌에 각자가 얼만큼의 기여를 했는지를 계산한 후 지급할 예정입니다.
뭐 토벌이 무사히 된다는 가정에서겠지.
따라서 토벌이 목표가 아니신 분들은 그 정산에서 제외된다는 것만 유의해 주신다면 별도의 의뢰를 완수하러 구역을 이동하셔도 문제는 없습니다. 하지만 정확히 어떤 내용의 의뢰인지 그 계약서의 사본을 제출해 주셔야 합니다.
확인했다. 회의가 끝나면 바로 제출토록 하지.
말 나온 김에 지금 이 자리에서 선포하지. 은근슬쩍 우리 사무소에 묻어가서
Again, you remind. I swear he reminds me. It's driving me crazy. He reminds me of somebody, but I don't know who it is.
아, 참고로 얘 진짜 한다며 하는 놈이야. 내가 못 말린다.
살벌하네요.
비록 돈이 걸려있는 의뢰이긴 하지만 더 이상의 실종자와 희생자들이 발생하지 않도록 하는 것이 우리의 궁극적인 목표다.
Could you put a smile on your face while you're saying that,
모두가
Hanul?
아낌없이 힘을 모아야 하는 작전이라는 걸
Please.
명심해 주도록.
가능하다면 협조하지.
The Hannah fixer did not contradict him. She was the kind of person who wouldn't hesitate to put her foot down. She could have easily forced us into cooperating, but it seemed that she wouldn't keep us from infighting if it did come to that. Don Quixote was the only one passionately nodding along to her advice.
각 구역으로 가는 조는 어떻게 편성할 계획이죠?
FGO character? No, I don't play FGO, so it's not that. Maybe a heavy metal? I keep thinking he's like a heavy metal star. That's what I keep going back to in my head. Ji-Shun, Hung-Lu's little sister who had been listening quietly to the briefing, raised her hand with a question.
우리가 내부적으로 파악한 여러분들의 능력이나 잠재력, 소속별 인원을 토대로 적절하게 배치할 생각이다.
그럼 한 구역에 너무 많은 인원이 가는 건 피해야겠네요. 가령 우리 인원과 10명 이상의 떼거지 인원들이 섞인다던가.
Hey, wait a second.
너무 많은 인원이 한 구역에 다 몰리는 건 최대한 피할 생각이다.
쟤 너무 노골적인데.
특히 저희 쪽에서도 같이
Oh, look at him being a little tsundere.
더 이상 질문이 없다면 마지막으로
잠깐!
Don Quixote, please. Every single fixture in the room whipped around to look at Don Quixote at her bellowing roar. Perhaps it was the sheer fervor in her voice, or perhaps they were simply annoyed by her asking that one last question when the boring briefing was almost over.
이거 제 환청이 아니라 진짜.
야, 아 이제 진짜로 잡았어.
어쩌면 지금이야말로 자는 척을 하는
Gregor.
옛날 같았으면 직결 처분이었다.
무엇이죠?
제일 중요한 전달 사항이 빠진 것 같네만.
그랬나? 잠시만요.
Alessia began flipping through the briefing, flustered.
방문객들을 구조하는 작업은 언제 하게 되는 것인가? 스바이 협회분들과 쉔크 협회분들만으로는 방문객들의 구출이 다소 힘들 수 있을 것 같아서 말일세.
너 혹시 말이야 새로운 컨셉 뭐 그런 거? 신선하긴 하네. 물론 그런 걸 좋아하는 사람들도 있긴 하지. 유행은 조금 지나버렸지만.
Camille, don't come looking like that and tell me it's old-fashioned.
다소 오해가 있는 듯하군. 우리의 목표는 방문객 전원 구출이 아니다. 보안상 자세히 말할 순 없지만 우리의 의뢰인은 특정 방문객의 생존을 확인하고 신병을 확보할 것을 요구했다.
그렇다면 나머지 사람들을 구출하는 역할은 누가 맡게 되는 것인가?
Don Quixote.
얘 진심인가?
어디서 온 놈들인데?
뭐야? 나도 좀 보자.
Someone help. Someone save us. Please.
실종자 구출에 대한 보상금은 전문적으로 확인해 보는 게 좋을 것 같고.
본인은 보상금에 대한 이야기를 하고 있는 게 아닐세. 이렇게 인원이 많은데 왜 구출하는 역할은 아무도 맡지 않은 것인가? 스파이 협회 그대들은 당신의
It's good marketing. I do love that Don Quixote somehow, we've met like multiple fixers who just don't care about people, and somehow Don Quixote is still within the delusion that these fixers are here to help everyone.
방패긴 방패지. 정식으로 의뢰를 신청한 자에게만 세워지는 철의 방.
To be fair, we did see where she got some of that from the very beginning of this.
해결사는 고작 돈의 흐름으로 목숨을 저울질하진 않아야 하지 않나? 대체 언제부터 협회 해결사들이
그렇게 전락되었는가?
못 들어주겠군. 지금 내가 누군지는 알고 그런 소리를.
알고 있는
His face is like she's cringing so hard.
꾸준히 배제되는 자. 현재
Young Camille.
해결사의 1위.
Currently number 7.
잘 알고 있네. 뭐 잠깐. 고작 7위야?
Oh, that's the part he has an issue with. I'm only 7? What?
뭐 그건 그렇다 치고. 그래. 그러면 이것 또한 알고 있겠지. 우리 쉔크 협회는 할 말이 있을 때 단순히 입으로 나불거리진 않아. 정식적으로 결투를 신청하지.
그렇다면 결투에서 이긴다면 본인의 말을 진정으로 들어주는 것인가?
Good job, Don Quixote.
만약 본인이 승리한다면 본인을 도와 실종자들을 구출할 것을 맹세할 수 있는지 묻는 것일세.
그럼 네 말은 나한테
No.
이 돈 키오테 신념에 따라 그대에게 결투를 신청하겠네.
Things were quickly starting to spiral out of control. Almost panicking, I glanced toward Virgilius. But I couldn't read his expression. He was simply staring at us in that inscrutable silence. Silence that almost felt like warmth? Somehow I found myself getting more intimidated by this than outright anger.
일단 브리핑은 이걸로 마치는 걸로 하겠습니다. 지금까지의 경험상 제지하는 것은 불가능할 듯 보입니다.
Thanks, Marcel.
동공이 평소보다 확장되어 있고 미간을 잔뜩 찌푸린 것으로 봐서는 어떤 말을 하든 소용없을 가능성이 높아 보이기 때문이다.
I do love how Marcel is just this like clinical, like he judges everyone by the book. So she's lost it.
단테, 공터에서의 전투는 보는 눈이 적어서 말하지 않았습니다만 지금처럼 해결사들의 시선이 몰린 상황에서 소득 없는 전투를 위해 시계를 공개적으로 돌리는 것은 또한 다른 세계의 인격을 가져오는 것. 에고의 사용 또한
We're not allowed to use egos or identities for this duel. Well, yeah, but it's not like we won't be using them once we get inside, right? I don't see what's wrong with... Just as I was trying to convince Faust otherwise, Don Quixote stepped in and resolutely shook her head.
아니, 필요 없으니 걱정 마시게.
What? Seriously?
쉔크 협회의 결투는 정정당당해야 하는 법. 처음부터 본인은 신성한 결투에 관리자 나리의 힘을 빌릴 생각은 없었다네.
Hollowed battle, sure. Chat, is she for real?
좋아.
Chat.
주위에 내 팬들이 없다는 게 조금 아쉽긴 하지만 여기에 모인 사람들 누군가는 입소문을 내주겠지. 내 온정을 담아 장갑은 던지지 않도록 하지. 무기를 뽑아라.
Is there
애송이.
anyone French here? Can read that? En garde, petite, now, no. I forgot it's French. You don't pronounce the third of those vowels. No vous? I'm assuming. We will do this fight because it's funny. I'm pretty sure it's free as well. Nope, it costs 20 Inkafalon. Yeah, so you are locked into specifically using it's a specific Don Quixote that's leveled to the fight level and also up type 4. It's very nice of them to do that for you.
내가 나설 차례인가?
I see you're feeling better than usual. Let's ride this momentum. So she currently has the buff full-hearted duel. Turn end, gain 1 class power up next turn for every 10% of missing HP. Turn end, gain 1 buy next turn for every 10% of missing HP. We slowly and he will inflict a debuff called Declared Duel Camille, which gives him 1 class power and haste every turn.
출진이다!
Oop. All right. Now we're struggling against him.
출진이다!
And we're currently losing every clash. Also, unique thing there. I don't actually know if you're. I don't think you're supposed to lose. So we might have to. No, Victor, you are meant to lose. She just gets her apps. She gets everything pushed in there. The immensely devastating duel in which our fixer and the sink battled. Post battle.
이까지 상처로는 본인을 굴복시킬 수 없다네.
That was definitely more than just a light wound. It was outright crippling, if not fatal. Camille wasn't all talk after all. He moved at an impressive speed and precision, living up to his boasts. I couldn't bear to look at Don Quixote squirm in pain, but turning the clock here would leave an even greater wound in her heart.
아직 끝나지 않았다네.
더 상대하기도 아까운 자군. 이런 싸움이 소문나면
Poor Camille.
내 이미지만 망가지겠어.
그만해라, 까미오. 만인의 안전을 바라는 것이 잘못된 생각은 아니지 않나.
Oh, Paula's out here.
상대를 못 가리고 버튼 소리를 짓거리는 것은 고쳐야 마땅하지.
No, she knows.
해결사가 어쩌고 나불대다니. 언제부터 해결사가?
소라는 여기까지 하도록 할까? 라만차랜드에 진입하기 전에 쓸데없이 힘을 빼놓는 건 피하고 싶군. 더 이상 힘겨루기를 이어간다면
Thanks, Hano,
직접 제재를 하겠다.
for stopping us here.
약 1시간 정도가 남았군요. 1시간 후에는
By the way,
언제 라만차랜드가 나타날지 모르니
they said Lamanchale was going to come in 3 hours, so that briefing took 2 hours in universe. The momentary kerfuffle came to a close thanks to the Haino Association's intervention. And only silence and occasional groans of pain from Don Quixote filled the empty lot. Let's get back inside. I can't turn my clock in front of so many people. You know, just getting absolutely just murdered in 3 seconds. Of the excellent dialogue in which our exceptional informant LCD department was passed intel to us in our second communication. LCD time. Yay.
주변 구경이라도 가볼까?
No. After nervously looking around the room, Rhodia tried to leave the tent, but Virgilia stopped her.
남아 있어라. 마지막 전달 사항이 있으니.
She's like, Virgilius is gonna kill Don Quixote.
교육 같은 건 좀 끝나고 해도 되지 않겠냐? 꼬맹이가 사고 친 건 맞지만 그래도 별일 없었잖아.
회사 측에서 제공할 단독 정보가 있어서 나무라고 했을 거야.
The eyes. He always turns the eyes on whenever he's trying to say something serious.
붉은 시선다리. 아까는
문제 삼지 않을 테니 조용히
Aww.
하도록.
So, if you don't know, Virgilius is actually a huge softie who, like, I think he truly does believe in the same things that Don Quixote does, but he is a realist about it. He really truly does believe that fixers should fight with honor and to help others. But, you know, that's not the way the world works.
붉은 특색이시오. 본인은 언제나 그대에게만
Oh,
진정을
Don
바칠
Quixote.
것을 맹세하겠네.
Virgilius produced a small tablet and began loading something up on its screen.
우리에게 정보를 제공해 줄 자는 현재 일신상의 사정으로 이 자리엔 함께할 수 없는 상황이다. 불가피하게 기기를 활용해서 전달할 수밖에 없다는 점 양해 바란다더군.
That's the most we've gotten briefing of anything ever. You're a little staticky.
아까는 공식적으로 허가가 된 영상이 아니면 모두.
By the way, why is he mewing back here? Look at this jawline. Look at this man's, like, this is a my man's got a rhombus for a jaw.
물론 허가는 뿐만 아니라 이 장소에서 들려오는 모든 참가자의 대화는
Oh yeah,
기사에서
wonderful.
그 정도면 녹음이 아니라 도청 아닌가?
Thanks, Gregor.
물론 그쪽에서 대가 없이 제공한
Just does that.
라만 차량들을 만든 원흉을 잡아오는 것과 관련이 있는 정보라는 것을 설득해야 했지.
There she is. There's Moses from the hit game Distortion Detective, or hit comic Distortion Detectives. That reminds me, we did have a quick call with someone from LCD back when. She had a pretty bubbly personality. I think her name was... And here's Ezra.
너희 혈기들 잡으러 간다며. 탐정님 아니 팀장님의 조언도 없이 그냥 갈 셈이었어? 아, 우리 팀장님은 말이지. 왕년에 혈기들을 여럿 상대하고 다니시기도 했어. 말씀 좀 해주세요, 팀장님. 그때 막 휘리릭 화리릭 하고. 일전에는 혈기들에 대해서도
Was that an explosion I hear? Is that thunder?
그때 나는 혈기 중산로
I do love it. I do love Ezra. She's great.
잠깐만요. 제 1권속이면 저번에 만난 게 제 6권속 그리고 제 7권속이었으니까
6, 7. Oh no, it's even invading the video games.
그날의 자세한 얘기까지 하기에는
Uh.
길어지니 생략하도록 하지. 일권속을 처치했는가? 그럴 리가. 팀장님이 봐준 거야, 봐준 거.
Thanks, Ezra.
정확히는 그자가 나를 봐줬다고 보는 게 더 올바르겠지. 너희들이 상상하고 있는 것처럼 피비린내가 날 일은 벌어지지 않았다. 오히려 그자는 내게 의자를 내어주었고 우리는 길지 않은 시간 동안 대화를 나누었지.
Oh, that's nice.
혈기놈이 몰래 줬다고?
Come on, Heathcliff. Why would she lie to us? Happy face.
야마, 너 탐정 아니 팀장님
Angry face. She keeps calling her detective because Distortion Detectives.
혈기라는 인상이 너희들에겐 그다지 유쾌하지 않을 거라는 건 알고 있다. 하지만 적어도 그자를 포함한 일부 혈기들은 인간과 갈등 없는
It's just kind of not,
나날을 보내는 걸
you know.
원하고 있었어. 나는 그때까지만 해도 혈기들은 지금까지 봐온 뒤틀림과 동일한 존재라고 단언했다. 그때 내게 보인 피로 일렁이고 찬란히 눈동자는 뒤틀림과 유사하다 생각했으니까 그자는 내 말을 부정도 긍정도 하지 않더군.
She did not. Interesting.
하지만 정정하고 싶군. 혈기는 단순히 뒤틀림 현상으로만 해석할 수 있는 존재가 아니다. 그 본질은 뒤틀림과 유사하지만
What is going on?
결과적으로는 뒤틀림이 아니었다.
I'm over here listening to this and just thunder and explosions.
그 근원에 대해서는 따로 연구를 진행 중에 있다.
연구를 진행 중이라면 일반적으로 알려지지 않은 정보를 우리에게 제공할 수 있다는 뜻이겠군.
그런 셈이지.
I noticed on the video feed that Moses intently, yet briefly, stared at Otis before continuing with her briefing. Maybe they knew each other from somewhere.
아침 이야기가 나왔으니 백야와 흑
Happy face.
뒤틀림으로 발생하는 혈기가 아닌 너희가 좋아한 제대로 된 혈기의
This is important, Chad. Write this down. Note this, please.
태초의 혈기는 강력한 힘을 가지고 수많은 사람을 권속으로 만들었다고 전해지지만 그렇게 탄생한 제1권속부터는 긴 생애 동안 단 2명의 권속밖에 만들지 못한다. 가족을 무분별하게 만드는 건 있을 수 없는 일이어서 그렇대. 이거 내가 그린 거야. 잘 그렸지?
Thanks, Ezra.
하긴 카세트라는 녀석 샤샤를 권속으로 만든 걸 꽤 아까워하는 눈치였지.
어디서부터 지적해야 할지 파우스트도 쉽게 알 수 없는 발언이네요.
이렇게 만들어진 혈기를 하위 권속, 권속을 만든 혈기는 상위 권속이라고 부르지. 권속 앞에 붙는 숫자가 하나씩 오를 때마다
I do love they call it the bloodstream, by the way.
힘과 능력에 차이가 나는 경우가 많다.
Yeah, Cassetti like was pretty strong, and he was 6th in line.
많다라는 건 그렇지 않은 경우도 있다는 것으로 들린다.
I mean, he was so strong that we had to use a secret we didn't even know about to kill him.
정확히 들었어. 뒤틀림이 제각각이듯 혈기도. 나머지는 팀장님이 설명해 줄 거야.
Thanks, Ezra.
혈기 또한 상위 권속에 따라 능력이 제각각이기 때문이다. 하지만 반란은 대체로 불가능하지. 물리적으로는 가능하지만 심리적인 거부감이 상상 이상으로 크기 때문에.
부모 자식처럼 말인가?
그래. 위아래로 어버이나 자식이라 서로를 부르는 걸 보면
So,
비유가 아니라 상위 권속과 하위 권속의 관계는 부모를 따르는 자식과 동일하다. 그래서 그런 반란을 배륜이라고 받아들인다더군.
if you'll remember last time, Don Quixote, when she lost her shoes, told the cult Cassetti that he had committed an act of filial impiety, which has some implications.
거스를 수 없는 가족이라는 개념도 새로 더 씌워지는 거다. 머릿속에서 도덕적 가치 판단의 기준이 완전히 새롭게 정립되는 거지.
제일 아래에 있는 피주머니들도 그래서
그들은 다르다. 피주머니와 혈기는 가족 같은 뼈 한 마리를 붙일 수도 없는 관계지. 권속이 되지 못한 찌꺼기.
Excuse me.
피를 보충하기 위한 휴대용 식량. 딱 그 정도의 위치다.
팀장님, 아니 팀장님, 그 얘기도 해주세요. 왜 제가 그것들 모가지를 확 꺾어버린 다음에 물속에 첨벙하고.
Ezra, it's not important right now.
그래. 혈기들은 물에 대해 극도로 공포심을 가지고 있다. 실제로 물에
No
접촉하면
water.
물리적인 피해를 받는 것은 아니지만 모든 혈기는 물을 두려워하다군.
뭐라? 그럼 물을 잔뜩 들고 가면 쉽게 처리할 수 있는 거 아니야?
Sadly.
물론 너희들이 곧 방문할 혈기들만의 공간에선 물을 믿지도 않겠지만, 그쪽에 뒤틀림을 감지할 수 있는 자가 있다고 전달받았다. 비공식적으로 들은 사항이긴 하지만.
Happy.
뒤에 받을 수 있는 차지가 된다는 건
What is that noise?
언젠가
I don't remember the noise.
아쉽다. 우리도 갔으면 진짜 재밌었을 텐데. 거기 해결사들은 누구 왔어? 재수없는 까미오놈도 간다는 것 같던데.
Ezra is a chat troll. Ezra's a
방송하는 곳에서 한 방 먹여주려고 했는데 날 차단했단 말이야.
Ezra is to Camille what Tram is to me.
이미 우리 쪽이 까였어.
Aw,
베스파, 그거 단단히 막고 있으라고 했잖아.
Vespa.
심상치 않은 일이라고.
로제스, 당신은 이쯤으로 하시죠.
그러지.
I love Moses and Ezra.
뭐 더 말해줄 거 없어?
상위 권속 중에는 물에 대한 공포심을 이겨낸 혈기도 있다더군. 피는 언젠가 물보다 진해지는 법이지. 그 외에는 따로 말해줄 건.
Also, I like the effect they're using on the mic for
이걸 말해두는 편이 좋겠군. 그들은 너희의 생각보다.
Actually, it sounds really nice. It's not like too bad, too staticky, but it works just right.
뭐야 그게?
With her last words, which left us wondering what they were supposed to mean, the call dropped. So that's the Distortion Detectives, or was the Distortion Detectives. Now they're part of LCD. They're very interesting people. We'll learn more about them later. In which is discussed the merry oath of the bus driver and the manager concerning amusement parks. We have about 30 minutes until La Mancha Land manifests. We each decide to use this opportunity to gather ourselves. Meanwhile, I had something I wanted to ask Virgilius before we left. But for that, I need... Anybody seen Faust around?
아까부터 보이지 않으시더라고요. 제가 도와드릴게요. 무슨 일?
I wanted to ask Faust to relay my words to Virgilius, but I wasn't sure where she was. Fortunately, Hong Lu was still here with me, and I noticed me looking around. I decided to ask for his help.
30분가량 남은 모양이군요.
Indeed. I always have so many questions floating around in my head, but whenever I stand in front of this man, my brain seems to decide to forget them all. Why didn't you stop her earlier, Virgilius? Earlier when Don Quixote challenged Camille to a duel.
아, 통역을 해드려야 하는 거였군요. 단테님께서 왜 아까 말리지 않았냐고 물어보세요.
아하, 책망하는 모습이었나? 이해했습니다. 쉔크 협회는 방금과 같이 결투로 시시비비를 가리는 것에 능숙한 협회입니다.
I mean, Don Quixote has said as much, yes.
나름 기사도 정신이라는 걸 뼈저리게 익혀왔던 모양인지 결투에서만큼은 정정당당하고 뒤끝이 없기로 유명하기도
So you basically knew that, like, no matter the outcome, we'd be all right. I see. So picking a fight with a fixer from either association or office might have caused a real problem for us, but the nature of the sink made this a pretty safe altercation, huh?
그 상황, 오히려 결투 신청을 막는 것이 돈키호테를 더 날뛰게 했을 겁니다.
Virgilius gave a long pause.
3번 수감자도 이제 정신을 차려야 할 시간이기 때문에.
So real.
어라? 돈키호테 씨는 저희 중에서 가장 정신을 차리고 계시는 분 아니었나요?
Hong Lu? I think you might be mistaken. I think you used the wrong word. Hong Lu's interjection was so sudden and random that I wondered for a moment if he thought that we were talking about someone else. What do you mean? But Hong Lu did not correct himself. He pointed to his eye and continued.
눈이요, 단테님. 언제나 별처럼 빛나고 있잖아요. 그래서 신기해요.
Eyes, huh? I noticed that the light in Hong Lu's left eye was growing dimmer, like light fading away as it sinks into the depths of the dark waters. I wonder whose Kanto's next. Wait, I have something else I wanted to ask you about. What I really wanted to ask Virgilius about was what happened on that train, but I wasn't sure if I could bring that subject up in front of Hong Lu, especially when Faust wasn't here.
왜 그러신가요, 단테님? 안절부절 못하고 계시는데요?
괜히 초조하게 시침을 떨어댈 필요는 없습니다.
My clock shivers?
열차 안에서 무슨 일이 일어났는지 제가 모를 거로 생각하시는 겁니까?
Sounds like Faust kept him updated. Well, then tell me, what was going on with Don Quixote back there? No, I mean, what is she?
돈키호테 씨의 정체가 뭐냐고 물으시는데요?
스스로 알아낼 수 있는 답을 되묻는 건 그다지 실용적이지 않은 선택입니다.
Oh, Virgilius.
그보다 더 중요한 질문이 있을 테니.
Like?
가령 앞으로 3번 수감자가 어떻게 되느냐 같은 것 말입니다.
I hate how vague he is. I get it. It's Don Quixote's turn now. But you're not going to answer the question either, because I'll get to the answer anyway, as long as I keep riding the flow to wherever it takes me.
떨림이 멎은 걸 보니 제 뜻을 눈치챘다고 믿겠습니다. 막상 라만차랜드 안에서 뜻대로 되지 않아 불안해지는 상태가 되면 이 말을 떠올리십시오. 앞으로 어떠한 상황이 닥쳐와도 돈 키호테는 약속을 기억하고 있을 것입니다. 단테.
Dante. The way he says Dante, just the promise. I have no idea how that word is supposed to assuage any of my fears. I don't actually know how to say that word. I know what that word is, but I don't know how to say it. I've heard it been said, but I don't know how to say it. Virgilius isn't the type to waffle on meaninglessly, so I suppose there isn't anything else I can gather from him at the moment. Sometime later, back among the sinners at the empty lot. Don Quixote, about what happened earlier.
오늘은 정말 대단한 날이지 않았는가, 관리자 나리?
It is?
하나 옆에도 실제로 보고 그 쉔크의 까미우나리와 겨뤄보기도 하고 방송에서의 까미우 나리는 누구보다 의협심이 넘치며 용감한 해결사셨어. 틀림없이 서로의 소통에 오해가 있었던 것이라고 보네.
How did you even access his streams on the bus?
나리, 본인은 말일세. 이제야 비로소 해결사다운 의뢰를 하러 가는 기분이네. 악인을 처단하고 고통받는 이들을 구해내는 것, 그것이 본인의 한평생 꿈이었으니 말일세. 물론 베르길리우스 나리는 황금가지를 구해내는 게 제일 중요한 목표라고 말할 게 분명하네. 본인은 그것을 제쳐놓고서라도 라만차랜드를 토벌할 걸세.
That's an interesting statement.
그리고 그 안에 갇혀있는 방문객들도 전부 구해낼 것이오.
Good luck, Don Quixote. I believe in you. I stare in silence as Don Quixote's boasts. I think I saw stars twinkling in her eyes, like Han Lu said. Thank you. Hello, Khan.
단테,
Hello, Faust. I've been looking for you, Faust.
베르길리우스 씨와 대화를 나눌 필요가 있으셨나 보군요.
I felt like she was accusing me that there wasn't any other reason I'd be looking for her, so I couldn't help but stammer. Now that I think about it, I don't see her alone with Charon very often. What were you two doing here?
카론과 정례적인 루틴 절차를 수행하고 있었습니다. 정기적으로 진행해야 하는 검사가 있거든요.
What examination procedure?
회백질의 유기결합 정상 척도 확인 및 전기 자극에 대한 활성도 확인을 메인으로 하는 검사입니다. 또한 외부 자극에 대한 뇌압 변동, 혈류가 정상 분포를 유지하는지.
Huh?
그만하겠습니다.
Thank you, Faust. I'm certainly not one to talk, but I'm once again reminded that Faust isn't very good at talking to people either.
내 승객들이 놀이공원에 간다고 했어.
We are indeed. Not a good one, but we are.
놀이공원 버스보다 재밌는 곳이야.
No, that bus is way more fun. I've never been to one myself, but probably?
일반적으로 놀이공원에 입장한 사람들은 심장 박동수가 평소보다 약 1.5배 상승한다고 합니다.
Okay.
왜?
의도적으로 흥분을 고취시켜주는 기구들에 탑승하기 때문입니다. 대표적으로는 탑승객의 양팔을 결박시키고 3초 안에 100m로 하강시키는 기구와 가파른 경사에서 급격한 하강을 유도하는 열차를 모방한 기구가 있다고 알려져 있죠.
Roller coasters.
그거 난폭 운전. 운전사가 카론보다 실력이 떨어지는 거 확실해.
What is this, by the way? I'm so confused because Charon doesn't fight. What is this thing?
그럴 수도요.
She's one to talk, especially when it comes to reckless driving. I'm sure there are other, more fun rides, right? Probably.
그럴 수도요.
We should go there someday, a real amusement park. Make a list of stuff you want to do when you get there.
카론, 단테가 하고 싶은 걸 궁금해하시네요.
언제? 어디서?
저희와 버스 외의 공간을 함께 다녀도 괜찮을 때가 오면 놀이공원에서 하고 싶은 걸 묻는 거예요.
There was a long pause. Charon's eyes glimmered momentarily as they began to wander elsewhere.
그곳에서 카론 사탕 먹고 싶어.
Oh, shit, we're in ads. Oops. Oh, I didn't realize we were so close to ads. Hello, my wonderful subscriber Spiderlings again. You got to see that Charon wants candy. Everyone wants candy. It's kind of funny that she specifically mentions that she wants to eat candy. Because, like, she could do literally she can eat candy anywhere, but why at an amusement park specifically? So it's kind of a sobering moment. We don't actually get to talk to Charon that much. Like, she had some big moments in the first two cantos, but then, like, in the T-Corp canto, she didn't have anything, really. I'm trying to think. You didn't see her much during Ishmael's canto either, or Yi Song, because we were just walking everywhere. Yeah, she doesn't get many moments, and it's kind of nice when we get to talk to Charon. I feel bad for Lapis for, you know, not that Charon's a bad person, but like to be overlaid like that, to be forced to be a different person from the different you from a different universe. I wonder who Garnet was in the universe where Charon's a bus driver. or where Lapis is a bus driver, because Garnet and Lapis apparently went hand in hand everywhere they went. They were I mean, hell, they were married in the universe where Garnet is Roland. The Lapis is dead in that universe. So, a lot of good questions that happened from Leviathan. A lot of things we won't ever really know. We just, you know, kind of hope that Chiron keeps Chironing on. She's great though. She again, but is this meant to be like a weapon? Like, because like again, we've never seen her fight. Like even in the April Fool's canto, or the April Fool's thing, she just kind of takes over Virgilius's body and fights. But that happens. Virgilius, and one of the April Fool's things, everyone's body swapped, and Virgilius body swaps into I think Chiron, and then Chiron body swaps into Virgilius, and she wants candy, and no one will give her candy. It's very funny. It's a very funny one because I think Rhodia ends up in Gregor and it's like freaking out because she's a bug arm. Sinclair ends up in Heathcliff and vice versa. Welcome back from the ads. I was just talking about the April Fool's thing where they do body swaps. And Chiron wants to eat candy at an amusement park. Looks like today's one of those days when everyone gets a twinkle in their eyes. Once we get to the actual meat of the canto, like the wherein is concluded that the method by which eradication quests of fixers, the brave and the bold, are to be conducted. Fixers began gathering one by one at the site.
라만차랜드가 등장했습니다.
Looks so cool.
음악 소리가 들리기 시작한 시점 16시 12분을 기준으로 약 22시 12분까지 라만차랜드가 개방됩니다.
네가 스스로를 포기하고 싶어질 때가 오더라도
Ooh, Virgilius can't.
그게 다야? 앞으로 어떻게 살아갈 건데? 고마웠어. 해결사 잡지는 잊지 말고. 모험을 싫어. 부탁이니까 제발 멈춰.
나 기가 막힌 생각이 난다.
He said the line. By the that line right there is a meme. It's that same phenomenon I experienced back at the Great Lake, but these memories are much more fragmented, opaque. Glimpses of Don Quixote I saw were nothing like the person I know, but should I follow this journey to its conclusion?
가령 앞으로 3번 수감자가 어떻게 되느냐.
I'll understand what all these glimpses of memories mean, like I always have. And we made our way toward La Mancha land.
여기가 라만차랜드. 뭔가 섬뜩하네요.
그리고 피냄새.
Well, the whole place is made out of blood, Ryoshu.
이곳은 수십의 실종자들을 낸 장소다. 방심하는 인원들이 없도록.
드디어 모습을 드러내는군. 혈귀놈들.
저것 봐! 생존자가 나오고 있어! 저런 구도였으면 동시 시청자 수 최고 기록을 노릴 수 있었을 텐데.
Camille, stop it.
무기를 들고 있는 건 민간인은 아니다.
관리자님, 저자들의 복장 이상하지 않습니까? 보통 저런 고풍스러운 옷은 잘 입지 않을 텐데.
But the music is so beautiful.
혼자 입기엔 어려운 복식도 보인다.
누가 옷을 강제로 갈아입혔을 수도 있다는 거네요.
As murmur among the fixers began to grow, slowly increasing in intensity, Alessio shouts out from behind the line for us to stop.
아직 접근하시면 안 됩니다. 라만차랜드가 생기고 약 10분 가량은 적재물들이 떨어지는 시간으로 안전을 위해 뒤에서 대기하고 있어야 합니다.
누구야? 어느 사무소야? 협회야?
Excitement is in the air as the fixers attempt to guess who they are.
불주먹 사무소다.
Hey.
북장은 우리 불주먹 사무소 북장이야. 거봐, 내가 뭘 했어? 그림들 꼭 돌아올 거라고 했지. 분명 초벌은 못해도 생존해서 15분 이상의 증언을 할 경우 기여금이 있었어.
적재물 추락이 끝날 때까지 10분간 접근을 권장하지 않는.
A fixer ignores Alessia's warning and rushes out to greet the survivors and helps her to her feet.
누님, 누님.
Oh, Fire Fist. Rest in peace, Gregor.
이제 됐어요. 우리 사무소도 반지하에서 탈출해서 빛을 볼 수 있어요.
By the way, in a different universe, this man is Gregor.
놈들이 얼마나 무시했는지도 아세요? 이제 인터뷰에도 출연하고 기여금도 받고 명성을 뒤높일 일만 나왔다고요.
생존자는 개뿔.
그러니까 조금만 더 참으세요, 누님.
Buddy, I don't think she looks normal.
행복한 미소가 꽃피는 함께 꿈꾸는 자유로운 나만 차례들어.
입구까지 피주머니들이 몰려든 걸 보니 탈출.
변하는 속도를 보니 적당히 허접한 혈귀한테 물렸나 보군. 권속이 높을수록 변하는 속도가 빠르거든. 타이밍을 제어할 수도 있고.
Ooh, that's interesting.
저기 혈귀에 대해 빠삭하게 아는 것 같은데 우리 같은 초짜들한테
Dodge the fangs. That'd be my pro tip.
조언이라. 아, 이게 있겠네요.
Yes, Romero.
실력이 부족하면 죽을 거라는 사실을 겸허하게 받아들이는 거.
That's not a tip.
혈기에 의해 피주머니가 되면 그건 죽은 거랑 마찬가지가
That's not a
되는
tip to help us.
그거야. 항상 받아들이고 있는 사실인걸요.
Hey Hong Lu, you doing okay, buddy? And then we fight some blood bags. Oh, blood bags. Ah, scary. They do bleed.
행복한 미소가 꽃피는 곳, 혈기와 함께 꿈꾸는 자유로운 공간. 라완처랜드에 오신 걸 환영합니다. 지금부터 5분 뒤 입장이 마감될 예정이니 관람객분들은 질서를 지켜 순서대로 입장해주세요. 들어오신 인구는 왼쪽의 뒤쪽, 출구도 왼쪽의 뒤쪽입니다.
Wait, that would cause a traffic jam as you try to enter and exit at the same time. What is this?
마감 후에는 입장이 어려우니 혈액팩을 꼭
Well, I guess.
늦지 않게 입구에 대기해주세요.
Well, I guess the idea is that they only let you in at certain times and you need to leave at certain
몇
times.
시간 후에 다시 볼 수 있는 자들이 있길 바라지.
Yes, ma'am. I like her. I like strong women. The fixer's cold voice contrasted with the cheerful voice echoing from the announcement.
불길한 소리를 아끼질 않네 저자는.
Gregor. Virgilius only gave us a light nod. Strangely enough, his aloof attitude was what gave me peace of mind. And the last thing I saw before the gates shut behind us was the odd look on the eyes of every P Corp employee, all intensely fixed on the closing gate of La Mancha Land, as if they didn't even want to miss a little glimpse of it. La Mancha Land. So pretty. So wonderful. Of what peril befell us in the case of La Mancha Land in our encounter with the Blood Fiends. So you actually fight Blood Fiends now? So insane fashionista Blood Fiend. They actually look kind of cool, but we sadly will not see them because I don't feel like doing these side fights. Earlier, they assigned the gathered fixers with areas.
우리는 다른 구역이네요.
Bye, Romero.
살아서 만나면 좋겠어요.
I agree. Soon the Blood Fiend Hunters were assigned to Area 3, Jia Shishun to Area 2, and us to Area 1.
잘 부탁드려요. 아, 전 휴고라고 해요.
I hope this guy dies. I forgot. The fixer from earlier, whose name was Hugo, appeared visibly relieved that he was assigned the same areas as us.
그리고 방금 바닥에서
A
이런 걸
map.
주었답니다. 라만차랜드 지도예요. 저
Ace of the team, huh?
될것 같지 않나요?
쓸모 있다기엔 그냥 여기저기 잔뜩 떨어져 있는 것 중에 하나를 주운 거지만요.
Thanks, Ishmael.
이건 지도가 포함된 놀이공원 팸플릿이네요.
Looks pretty, doesn't it? You got this area, and this area. They all look pretty. Can't read what it says though. It's kind of for your mental, I think is what it says. Eternal Carnival here, and then I don't really know what this one says.
저 사무소 놈들이랑 같은 조가 되었다면 아마 구역에 들어가기도 전에 죽었을지도 몰라요. 그것도 혈기가
Hugo.
아니라 저자들한테요.
I don't trust you.
오벌금 정산에도 못 들고 완전 최악이죠. 어디였더라? 림버스 컴퍼니 사무소라고 했나요?
It's just Limbus Company, no office. It seemed that he was under the impression that we were one of the numerous no-name fixer offices, but I didn't really feel the need to correct him.
사실 우리 같은 이름 없는 해결사 사무소들은 언제나 찬밥 신세죠. 쉔크나 치바이 같이 인기 순위를 다투고 있는 협회
You got a party mouth, boy.
다르게요.
Cheers.
아니, 그렇지 않다네. 해결사들은 모두 의롭고 존경받아야 마땅할 존재들이야. 본인은 아주 오래전부터 해결사가 되는 것이 꿈이었네. 해결사란 무릇 문제를 해결하는 존재. 문제라고 여겨지는 그 모든 것들을 대신 해결하는 존재 아니겠는가?
I'm doing all right. I'm a bit sleepy, but I don't plan on going for too much longer.
그러니 자네와
How'd your
우리가
stream go,
같이
Valko?
이곳을 토벌하고 개선한다면
Do you have Spurs?
해결사라는 직업을 다시 생각해 줄 테지. 왜 다들 그런 표정인가?
Let's see. I had Spurs and then bullet holes. I'm sorry to hear about the bullet holes. The Spurs are cool though. Also sleepy? Don Quixote. By the way, Don Quixote is the this girl right here is the what's the word? Object of this story currently. She believes that fixers are cool people who help the downtrodden, not realizing that most fixers don't care about honor, and they would just rather do whatever, and as long as they earns them enough money.
너 방금 엄청난 복선을.
Oh yeah, also death flag. It's just the death flag stuff.
생존자들.
Okay, let's go find the device in area 1 then.
팸플릿을 보니 참 다양한 기구가 있는 것 같소. 그리고 이곳은
Pretty and wonderful place.
내가 바로 해결사라는 기구도 있고 멋쟁이 패션쇼도 있고.
Valko, this part of the story is about the importance of a dream. I said this earlier, but you just joined, so I thought I'd say it again to you now.
대체 이 장소는 어찌한 연유로 만들어진 것인가?
몰라. 그것까지 우리가 알아야 하냐?
세월의 흔적으로 인해 많은 것이 변해버린 것 같긴 하나. 어쩌면 과거에는 즐거운 장소였을지도 모른다는
It was all a dream? Hey, look, it's a blood fiend.
토벌 축제가 또 시작된 모양이야. 그렇지? 날 뛰어드는 인간들이 또 한가득 들어왔어. 더 자주 열렸으면 좋겠다. 하루에 3번씩. 그러니까 너네 중 한 명은 딱 이틀 정도만 살 수 있을 정도로 만들어서 보내줄게.
So blood fiends are vampires, by the way.
너희를 이곳으로 보낸 대장한테 그렇게 전해주라. 더 자주 와달라고.
아니면 이건 어떤가? 장치가 있는 위치를 우리에게 알려주면 고통스럽진 않게
And
처리해주지.
they're rather crazy.
너무 좋다. 너무 좋아. 저렇게 험악하게 말하는 놈일수록 맛도 기가 막힌다니까.
We'll find out why.
너무 재촉하지 마. 이벤트가 아직 많이 남았거든. 패션쇼도 할 거고 인기 투표도 할 거야. 너무 기대되지? 그렇지?
지금까지 이곳으로 온 객들과 토벌하러 온 자들을
제일 중요한 걸 빼먹었다. 꾀지지 않은 꼴로 여길 돌아다녀서는 안 돼. 알고 있지? 넌 쥐새끼 같은 꼴로 여길 돌아다니게 하다가 들키면 나까지 혼날 거거든. 우리? 야, 잘 봐봐. 나 그렇게까지 형편없는 꼴은 아니라고.
Rhodia is like, well, excuse you, I look beautiful. You know what, Rhodia, you do.
예쁘고 화려한 옷을
But I am the world's biggest Rhodia hater.
의상실에 전시해놓고 일주일 동안 골라 먹어야겠다.
Ugh.
어디서부터 맛봐야 할지 벌써부터 너무 기대돼.
There are a lot of blood fiends here. Can you guys really handle them?
문제 없어. 이곳에선 저들의 죽음이 유예되지 않을 것이기에.
열차의 그놈보다
He looks so
수준이
serious.
떨어지는 것 같습니다. 기껏해야 그 의체 해결사와 비든 혹은 그보다 아래겠군요.
그렇단 말이지. 넌 걱정할 거 없겠네.
With Heathcliff charge as our signal, the sinners advance, leaping into the horde of blood fiends. Yep, and then you fight some blood fiends in some blood bags. They're annoying. So blood fiends have this ability. I wonder if it's on here. So by the way, these blood fiends have been starved for blood for a long, long time, so they lose clashing power against you. It's here. Yep. So blood fiends introduce with the creation of blood fiends is the introduction of the blood feast. Blood feast is a value that that exists where all bleed damage dealt in this zone gets stored into it. And any character who is a blood fiend tends to interact with blood feast. They tend to consume blood feast to gain different types, to gain different skills, so they can do stronger things. When there's a higher level kindred on the field, like say a first kindred or a second kindred on the field or a third kindred, they will take priority in consuming blood feast over lesser kindred like this insane fashionista blood fiend. Of the tale which the blood fiends have failed to tell despite their best endeavors. Excuse me, also. Wherein is discussed the battle that found Limbus Company and Don Quixote. There's no story here, I don't believe, so I can check real quick. Yeah, there's not. The name of the canto is The Dream Ending, so.
제발 살려줘. 나 오랜만에 이렇게 안 굶고 피를 먹어본 적이 200년 만이란 말이야. 너무 신이 나서 그랬어. 예전처럼 눈에 안 뜨게 죽은 듯이 살아갈게.
I love the music because it's just barely off tempo or off pitch. It's just barely off pitch, so it's kind of unnerving.
장치가 있는 곳을 말한다면 고려해보지.
저기 저 놀이기구로 가면 돼. 내가 곧바로 버튼을 누를 수 있는 지름길도 알려줄게. 납작하자마자 곧바로 몸을 오른쪽으로 향한 다음에.
오, 좋아. 오른쪽으로 향한 다음에.
악인과 거래를 할 수는 없지 않은가?
Thanks, Don Quixote.
보이지 않나? 저 방문객들의 시체가 분명 저 악인에게 덮쳐진 지 얼마 되지 않은 자들이야.
The closer we got to the attraction, the more the roads became riddled with mangled corpses. Don Quixote was right. Some of them did look pretty new. Some of them only hours since their death at most. Of course, Otis did not appear even remotely receptive to her reasoning.
시간을 단축할 수도 있는 정보다. 때에 따라서는 적군과 협상을 하여 우리 쪽이 유리한 결과를 이끌어낼 줄 알아야. 하지만 악인과 손을 잡고 시간을 줄였다 해도 그것으로 정의를 실현하는 게 무슨 소용이 있다는 것인가? 이놈이 아직도 그딴 소리를.
야, 내 또 저러는 거 한두 번이냐? 이럴 시간에 저
맙소사 또 와요.
Of course, there's more of them. I believe blood bags also can consume blood feast, but I'm not sure about that. I don't think they do. Now that I said that out loud, I don't think they do. No. They just get coagulated blood. Da 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 da. Ba 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 da da. Huh? Like the blood bags back on the train, these ones can't come back from the death. They were all once fixers seeking riches. Civilians turned guests, drawn to this place by its music, each dreaming a dream of their own. I don't know since when, but I've stopped feeling anything about killing things like them. Sinclair replied, thrusting his weapon to the skull of a dying blood bag.
슈머니들이 사용하는 무기. 열차에서 봤던 카세트. 키라는
피로 잔뜩 지정했고.
Cassette. It's funny because Gregor constantly calls people the wrong name. So. So Ishmael is staring at him. He's like, Cassetti.
혈귀들은 다.
모제스 씨의 말을 떠올려 보면 가까운 친척 같은 걸지도요.
아까 그 혈귀들이 가리킨 놀이기구가 여기구나.
이 놀이기구, 이 구역에서 제일 유명한 놀이기구인 것 같은데요.
안으로 들어가 보는 수밖에 없겠어.
Bereft of choices, we are compelled to enter shooting range. Yay! The game lagged. Where in which the attraction, narration, and its riddles continue. Alright, chat, hold my hand. Chat, hold my hand.
그리고 이 기구 옆에 있는 멋쟁이 패션쇼도 진짜 열심히 만들었거든요. 깜짝 이벤트로 방문만 해도 기념품을 나눠드리고 있어요. 센터님, 그렇게 쳐다보지 말라니까. 몰랐잖아요. 아니, 돌시미아님이 자꾸 인기 없다고 비꼬셔서 기념품이라도 나눠드려.
뭐야?
뭐가 이렇게 허접해?
I mean,
그거 아세요?
sure.
이번에는 음질이 아주 깨끗하고.
이상.
아주 머나먼 옛날, 몹시 슬프고 안타깝게도 혈귀와 인간들은 지금처럼 사이가 좋은 관계가 아니었답니다.
Today?
서로 만나면 헐뜯고 싸우기 바빴죠. 혈귀는 인간들을 사냥하려고 했고 인간들은 혈귀를 미워하기 시작했습니다. 이게 뭐죠? 인간들을 잡아먹으려고 하는 못된 혈귀들이네요? 어떻게 할까요? 어떻게 해야 할까요?
Punish them?
말린다?
땡! 좀 더 분발해서 생각을 해볼까요? 다음 사람?
정답! 다시는 인간들을 해치지 못하도록 혼내줘야 한다네!
정답입니다. 자, 못된 혈기들은 물리칠 절호의 찬스입니다. 너무 신나지 않나요?
It's beautiful.
그곳에는 말이지. 지긋지긋한 싸움도 없고 언제 잡아먹힐지 알 수 없는 두려움도 없고 오로지 웃음소리만이 가득할 거다.
Chat, I think I can fix her. Chat. She's just a little crazy.
자, 이제 우리 어린이 친구들이 제일 좋아하는 시간입니다. 일명 내가 바로 이 구역의 해결사 타임! 혈기들이 등장하면 아까 입구에서 나눠드렸던 장난감 방망이로 멋지게 퇴치하는 겁니다. 한 방에 털어버릴 수 있어. 그는 아니! 이제 그까짓 장난감 방망이를 맞고 아픈 척하는 혈기 같은 건 필요 없어요. 이곳에는 오로지 진짜들만 남아있게 되었으니까.
That one is rather brief. It's a rather brief ending. I don't know. That one was kind of weird. Wherein is learn the unexpected truths regarding blood fiends. Y'all ready to learn some history?
자, 사람을 해치는 못된 혈기들은 그렇게 모두 지하로 쫓겨나게 되었습니다. 이제 지상에 남은 건 착하고 의로운 혈기들 뿐이죠. 그들은 인간들과 손가락을 걸고 약속했습니다. 함부로 인간의 피를 탐내지 않고 사이좋게 지내겠다고요. 왜냐면 평화만큼 좋은 건 없으니까요. 그런데 이것 좀 보세요. 지하에 쫓겨난 혈기들이 슬금슬금 다시 지상으로 올라오려고 하네요. 몰래 인간들의 피를 마시려고 말이죠.
More. So okay. So, but I mentioned being tired. I was out of last night that I put partially 2 liters of Pepsi in the freezer. It's been back down in the fridge for like 5 hours and it's still solid. I'm sorry to hear that happened to you. So as you can tell, the blood fiends got beaten up by humans, and then the good blood fiends made a pact with humans, but here comes the evil blood fiends to drink human blood again. Ooh, those evil blood fiends.
인간 친구들은 또다시 혈기들이 나타나지 않을까 하는 걱정을 하기 시작하였습니다. 밤마다 두려움에 떨면서 못된 혈기들이 찾아오지 않을까. 매일 잠을 잘 자는 건 중요합니다. 머리가 빠지고 피부가 푸석해지면 큰일 나니까요. 맞는 말이긴 해.
Thanks, Rodian.
그때 어떤 정의로운 해결사가 정말 대단하고 기발한 생각을 하게 됩니다.
I have an idea, motion genius.
정말 만약에 인간과 혈기가 서로 행복하게 지낼 수 있는 공간을 만든다면 어떨까? 그곳에 착한 혈기들은 못된 혈기들을 대신해서 혼내주고 인간들은 자신의 피를 착한 혈기들에게 나눠주는 것이죠. 어때요? 기발하지 않나요?
It is really an idea, motion genius.
사람들의 피를 탐하기만 하는 혈기들과 어떻게 사이좋게 지낸다는 말인가?
물론 모든 원대하고 훌륭한 계획에는 반대 의견들이 뒤따르는 마련이죠. 그러나 훌륭한 지도자 밑에는
I didn't realize they said it so much.
머지않아 행복한 미소가 꽃피는 곳, 모두 함께 꿈꾸는 자유로운 라마차렌트가 탄생하게 되었습니다.
There's that word again, dream.
주위를 둘러보세요. 여러분들을 향해 웃어주고
I'm gonna keep pointing it out. It's very important. All the smiling blood fiends giving you a toothy grin because they're trying to eat you because you have tasty blood. By the way, I believe they talk about this a little bit, but the blood fiends aren't exactly after blood. They're after things that the blood give them. I believe they talk about that in Warp Train. Thanks, Heathcliff.
웬 이상야릇한 이야기나 늘어놓다가 적을 들여보내는 건.
야! 듣고 있지? 너 아까 대답하는 거 기억했거든?
정말? 진짜 안 보여요? 라마차렌트 안에는 당연히 거기에 어울릴만한 옷을 입어야 하지 않겠나요? 이왕이면 멋지고 화려한 가면도 씌워주고요.
Flamboyant mask, you say? Like this is an appropriate time to wear it. I don't think I've ever hallucinated opening up a fridge door and actually putting something in the freezer before, so that's a new one for me, Velko.
이렇게요. 훨씬 더 축제 같아졌잖아요.
라만차 랜드에서 뛰쳐나왔던 피주머니 분들을 예쁘게 단장해 주신
Excuse me.
이제 알아 취미구려.
뻔한 아름다움을 추구하나 볼맛이 안 나는.
I blame Total War. How'd that go, by the way?
여러분 덕에 이제 더할 나위 없이 완벽해진 라마 트렌드가 완성됐습니다. 이렇게 혈귀들과 인간들은 서로 사이좋게 지내며 매일 축제를 벌이며 살게 될 수 있을 겁니다. 이번 모험가님은 잔인하고 못된 혈귀들을 중간에 세는 걸 까먹었다. 아무튼 무지무지 많이 죽이셨답니다.
Those are sure are names. I'm sure they're large figures inside the Three Kingdoms series. I will not continue to wear the mask until we finish this part, in which are discussed the deeds of the fixer whom Don Quixote had believed to be a friend. Also lost about 60% of that army. Dang.
영감한 모험가님의 이름을 알려주세요.
그것이 내가 나갈 모험의 조건이다.
Have you played any Dynasty Warrior games? A long time ago.
이를 받아들일 마음이 있다면 너의 이름을 내게 말해라.
이 몸의 이름은 돈 키오테다.
그 이름을 쓰다니 너도 우리처럼 미쳐버렸구나.
Oh. The voice from an announcement system briefly fell hesitant. An extended silence followed.
모험가 돈 키오테와 그 친구들은 판타지 블러드 슈팅에서 1위를 달성했습니다.
Thank you.
축하합니다.
Oh. Interesting.
보상은
Drum roll, everyone.
누르기만 하면 이 라만처럼
A button. Look, we can press the button.
놀이기구를 타락할 수 있는 길이 열리는 버튼입니다. 용감한 모험가들만 탈 수 있는 라마 트렌드의 하이라이트 어트랙션, 헌티드 블러디 메리.
So this is the device that leads us to our next destination, huh?
그런데 이런 걸 이렇게 쉽게 누르게 해준다고?
하지만 제가 사둔 정보에 의하면 이 구역에
He's little devil horns. I said you know he's evil. He's little devil horns.
25% 정도였어요. 높은 확률은 아니지만 그렇다고 낮은 확률도 아니죠. 저희는 그 확률을 뚫고 버튼을 누를 수 있게 된 거예요.
Well, press it, Hugo.
정보를 사? 그게 무슨 말이죠?
Press the damn button. Press it.
브리핑에서 나온 정보 외에 생존자들의 증언이 더 있었다는 건데.
여러분들 몰라도
Yeah, something like that.
라만차랜드에서 생존해온 해결사들이 왜 고지곳대로 귀중한 정보들을 하나 협회에게 제공하겠어요?
I mean, Don Quixote sure believes so.
당연히 쓸모있고 값진 정보들은 소수에게만 암암리에 파는 거죠. 1구역의 장치를 가동시키기 위해서는 그 어트랙션에서 등장하는 피주머니들을 모조리 죽이고 1등을
I
차지해야만
don't believe
나온다고
you,
했어요.
Hugo.
왜 그런 정보를 미리 이야기하지 않은 거지?
서로 신뢰를 쌓는 시간이 필요했던 것.
Come on, man. You're. Oh.
난 이해해. 비싼 돈 주고 정보를 사셨을 테니.
Please don't fall for it.
맞아요.
그런데 이렇게 수월하게 임무가 끝났던 적이 있었던가?
It's a wonderful question, Gregor. I don't think so. So we press this button and our job's done here? It's definitely suspicious how easy this was, but what can we do? Would not press it?
좋게 생각하면 이걸로 얼른 1구역을 벗어나서 다른 분들에게 합류할 수 있겠어요.
혈기와 피주머니에 대한 정보는 그리 만연하지 않다. 익숙치 않은 자가 이곳에서 제한 시간 동안 많은 피주머니를 제거하는 경합을 한다면 1등을
그것도 일리가 있네.
이거 순순히 나머지 정보들도 다 풀어라. 신뢰는 충분히 쌓았겠지.
Otis shoved Hugo, practically threatening him with her odd emphasis on the word trust.
이곳 어딘가에는 반드시 마주치면 안 되는 혈귀들이 3마리가 있어요. 관리자 혈귀들이라는데 살아남을 확률을 높이고 싶다면 그 3마리와 마주치면
Yeah, that's not gonna work for us because we have a Don Quixote with us.
한 구역당 한 명씩 있다는 모양이에요. 하지만 조건에 그들까지 죽이고 오라는 말은 어디에도 없었잖아요. 라마차랜드 토벌과는 상관없으니까 아마도 그러니까 안 마주치는 게 제일 좋을 거예요. 우리는 이 버튼만 빠르게 누르면
그럴 순 없네. 해결사요.
Like I said, we have a Don Quixote with us.
지금도 죄 없는 방문객들은 모두 이곳에서 고통받고 있지 않은가? 이곳을 관리하는 3마리의 혈기들을 모조리 물리치고 그 죄값을 치르게 하는 것이 합당한 도리이지 않겠는가?
맙소사, 좀 말려봐요. 당신들 친구잖아요.
Oh, Hugo.
말릴 수 있었을 때 말려줬던.
Gregor's right. Truly. Oh, you silly, silly man.
나와라! 이 극악무도한 혈기놈! 이 돈키호테가 손수 결판을 내리라!
혹시 그 3명의 혈귀들은 생김새 특징 같은 게 있었어?
이거는 200만 안이나 주고 얻은 정보인데 제일 화려한 가면이요.
Thanks, Ryoshu.
재밌다. 일주일 중에 제일 재밌었어.
By the way, her outfit's really nice. I really like this outfit, the way it looks. It's all like all the. I don't know if this is her hair, but like these twin tails, I think they are awesome. Drill.
관리자 혈비들은 구역에서 제일 화려한 가면을 쓰고 있다고.
그는 피냄새도 제법 화려한가 보고.
너희들 누가 돈키호테야? 내가 눈이 좀 침침해진 지가 꽤 되어서 말이야.
때마침 나타나셨네요.
내 말 안 들려? 내가 만든 이 어트랙션에서 1등을 한 돈키호테가 누구냐니까?
Hello, question mark, question mark, question mark.
알려주면 나머지 사람들은 보내줄게. 버튼을 누르고 다음 구역으로 갈 수 있도록. 돈키호테가 누구인지만 알려준다만.
이자입니다.
And he sells her out. Hugo shouted from the top of his lungs just as Don Quixote began to speak. The speed with which he called out her name was in striking contrast with his previous slow, reluctant attitude.
이제 된 거죠? 버튼을 눌러도 되는 거죠? 구역의 장치를 가동한 해결사는 토벌금을 정산할 때
Oh, Hugo.
5배 더 받을 수 있다고.
You silly, silly person.
눌러보던가 버튼.
Ryoshi swung her absurdly sharp scabbard, chopping off his wrists with blinding speed.
료슈건! 이게 무슨 짓인가? 동료끼리 칼을 쓰다니!
Don Quixote, he sold you out in less than a second.
저런 머저를 동료로 둔 적 없다.
Ryoshi's right. Don Quixote, he was trying to sell you out.
그건 그렇네만.
냄새부터 배신할 놈이었지. 혹시나 방식에 독창성이 있을까 기대했다만 이런 치졸한 클리셰 참아줄 수가 없고.
But, so you would just let him do this thing if he was interesting?
어떻게 알았어? 내가 죽이려고 했는데. 저렇게 격식도 없는 옷을 입고 온 주제에 우리 구역의 버튼을 순순히 누르게 할 순 없었단 말이야. 그래서 네가 돈키호테야? 내 놀이에서 1등을 한 돈키호테가?
It is indeed Don Quixote who won your game.
내만 어떻게
Well then.
어떻게 1등을 했어?
공경에 갇힌 이곳의 수많은 사람들을 구하고 정신 같은 악인을 해치우기 위해서. 왜 자꾸 그렇게 웃는 것인가?
Don Quixote, come on.
아, 너무 기쁘니까. 어땠어? 역시 내가 만든 놀이기구가 제일 재밌지. 원래는 저기 장식을 더 달고 옷에도 레이스를 더 붙이려고 했는데 시간이 없었어. 우리 피주머니들은 내가 일일이 옷을 갈아입혀줘야 하는데 복잡한 옷은 다 찢어지지 뭐야.
끔찍한 소리를 잘도 짓거리는군. 본인은 이곳에 놀러 온 것이 아닐세.
We already did though, Don Quixote.
사람들을 잡아가는 라만차랜들을 토벌하고 끔찍한 악당들을 모조리 처단시키기 위해 왔네.
그런데 왜 내가 만든 옷을 안 입고 왔어? 예의에 한참 어긋났잖아. 내 구역으로 놀러 올 거였으면 좀 더 그럴듯한 모습을 하고 왔어야지.
Yeah, that's what we're worried about right now. Miss question mark, question mark, question mark.
아까부터 대화가 아예 어긋난 느낌인데.
No, you're not wrong, Gregor.
제정신이 아닌 듯한데. 얼른 해치우죠.
너는 캉캉 드레스에 리본 달린 부츠를 신으면 어울리겠다.
A can dress and boots with ribbons. That's a hell of a thing to say. All right, so this is one of the first real bosses in the area. She's actually surprisingly easy compared to the rest of them. All right.
내가
수금할 시간이야.
명령이라.
이 떨림. 하시아도
Um,
기대되시나요?
검은 갈아뒀다.
I think that's probably the better way to do this.
명령이라면
이 떨림.
Just in case.
기대되시나요?
She's the right level, right? Level 50, yeah. All right, wait, actually. Yeah, that's right.
잘 됐네.
By the way, this song is so good. Alright, and Don Quixote has the How Righteous buff. At the end of every turn, gain 1 haste. That dropped though. 3 offensive level up and 3 defensive level down next turn. Gain 2 additional offensive level up and after every 3 cumulative turns and heals 3 SP on kill, gain a clash power. She has this buff for the whole thing. Da, 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 da. What's this? Who's this targeting? Targeting Gregor. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what we're doing here. Rodian's only here to I was gonna. Oh, come on, it sucks. I always forget that her. Why? I always forget that her defense skills pride. All right, let's get him. Bonk, bonk, bonk. So the problem here is that we're inflicting bleed on her, and she doesn't like bleed, and she likes bleed. So we're about to make her way stronger through all this, just so we all know what's about to happen. Because now there's 36 blood feasts and 20 consumed. And she also gains this like weird buff. She has withered. She has blood-tinged scissors. Okay, so she has a really interesting passive here. So she inflicts sewing thread on somebody, makes them her primary target. If there are any skills with less than 30%, if there are any enemies less than 30% HP, use I don't need ugly things, which is one of her skills. Which murders people. She's like straight kills them. She consumes 30 blood feast every turn to gain 2 attack power up and 1 blood tinged scissors and heal 20 SP. If she fails to consume blood feast, she gains 30 bleed instead and takes damage from bleed and then loses 3 bleed count. Then gains 2 pack power up and 2 damage up. And then she also, at 40% HP, she gains a new pattern and she gains 10 bleed and 2 blood tinged cinder blade. This is defining blood feast. Then at combat start, gain 10 blood tinged cinder blade. At 10 plus, gain scissor blade 2. At 20 plus, gain scissor blade 3. And she uses scissor blade to use to reuse skills and consumes it to use her big attacks. If I remember correctly. Yeah, she consumes it to gain her big attacks, which lets her do like things like this. But she gains it. Man, this song is so good. And then on Clash Win, if the target has bleed, heal this unit's power and core by 40% of the damage HP dealt. Attack end if this unit healed at least 100 HP, heal 10 SP. This effect does not activate on a hit with an unbreakable coin skill if it loses the clash. What's this targeting? It's targeting her. If I do this. Don Quixote almost losing that clash there is so painful. So we're doing inflicting rupture here, which is kind of good. So it'll actually really help us here. I kind of wish we had some sinking. That would also help. Because like the main problem I have with a lot of these fights is that the enemy gains so much sanity so quickly. Yep, there we go. Good job, Rodian. All right. So now she's become the sewing thread target, so therefore she's prioritized and she has deep laceration, which means that when she loses a clash, she gains 3 bleed count and then loses a bleed count. Don Quixote is just going to become, by the way, really annoying. Oh, she does inflict sinking, so we're doing pretty well here. It's actually probably the best. It's actually probably going to go pretty well, even though we are inflicting bleed. I'm going to try my best to not clash with Ryoshu, unless I have to. Which we do, because she prioritizes that target. Oh, I don't have enough wrath. Well, might as well use a wrath skill then if it's going to be unopposed either way. This is actually not going too bad, mostly because she's not resistant to bleed. Or not bleed, but she's not resistant to oh, that hurts so much. But she's not resistant to slash. I think she's actually weak to slash. No, she actually is a little resistant to slash. So it's actually going better than it should be, which is funny. They're both favored either way. I think this might be pre when they added the ability where these, yeah, it is. So, in the future, they add an ability onto almost all of those skills. And by the future, I mean literally just like a little bit in the future, where they can't stagger if you win them. Rest in peace, Ryoshu. This is why we brought back Venus, by the way, because I knew this was going to happen. And somebody was going to die to her. It was inevitable. She does so much damage. And we need 2 Wrath to be able to use her my heal skill, so which sucks here because I'd love to be able to use it right now. Oh man, all that bleed. Okay, the reason Unbreakables suck is because of this right here. All my units have like 20 stacks of bleed on them. Which is really frustrating, to say the least. At least we're only struggling there.
재미는 없겠지만 그렇게 할게요.
Ooh, this is going better than I thought it was going to go, so I'll give that to us. The bleed we've inflicted on her is actually really helping right now. Suddenly one day my arm had changed. Bonk. I think we actually might stagger her again here. Oh, nope. Come on, Heathcliff can't roll a single heads. Oh, damn. Well, hopefully this will heal.
알아, 오느라 힘들었지? 여기서 잠깐 쉬어. 쳐다만 봐도.
It's weird, she didn't clash here. I don't know why. Maybe I messed up the clash? But there we go, there's some healing. And look at this, look at this. Everyone gets little butterflies, which heal them percentage of their max HP each turn, which is really useful. Oh, this is going so much nicer than I thought it was going to go. I thought we were going to have a much worse time with this fight. Of course, she could always gain. She is going to gain a new pattern once she comes back, I believe. Yeah. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, she does have 6 skills. So I'm trying to. That da 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 da. What if I use this one? That's considered dominating. And then Gregor kind of has to just sacrifice himself here into this clash. She is just gonna die to bleed though, which is kind of like the whole point of playing a bleed team, is that the opponent just dies to you. Good job, Heathcliff. It's kind of nice they released an ego just for us. Alright. And then... Oh, she didn't hit the heads on the last one. There we go. Hey, we did it. One try, too. Oh, so this fight was super annoying the first time I did it. Like, I think it took me like multiple good tries to beat her, because she is frustrating, especially when she starts like doing the big step moves. Like we got really lucky there with a lot of our clashes and like a lot of the times when we stunned her. I believe that's the... Yeah, so that's the end of chapter 1. I'm gonna snooze the ads.
그러고 보니 방문객들이
Oh god. I mean, that'll buff out, right? All these little stitch scars on her face because she stitches the things onto people's faces. The mask.
예의를 차려야 하는데 방문객들한테는 가면을 벗는 게 예의일까?
The face hidden behind the mask was bloody and mangled to the point where it felt wrong to look at her in that state.
아니야, 보지 마. 그런 눈으로 보지 말란 말이야. 차라리 나를 죽이려면 가면을 씌워주고 죽여줘. 그 정도는 할 수 있잖아. 우리 사이에.
The Blood Fiend's unmasked eyes glowered intensely at Don Quixote as she pleaded. As Don Quixote stood there, stunned by the sheer intensity of the screeching Blood Fiend, his slow voice began to echo from the void.
원래 이발사는 더 예쁘고 화려한 가면을 좋아했었습니다. 이런 투박하고 무서운 가면은 상대에게 겁만 줄 뿐이라고요. 얼굴을 가린 만큼 더 예쁘게 보여야 공평하다고 생각했던 걸까요?
저자도 가면을 쓰고 있습니다. 관리자님, 주의할 필요가 있습니다.
Hello, person in blue.
관리자 혈귀는 구역당 1명이라고 했는데 다른 구역을 담당하는 혈귀일까요?
그놈이 배신하기 전에 더 유용한 정보들을 남김없이 털어버렸어야 했는데.
진짜 처음 구역에서부터 대장 같은 혈기 2마리랑 싸우게 하는 건 좀 너무한 거 아니냐?
Oh, Heathcliff.
확실히 그렇군요. 여러분은
The barber.
여기 이발사를 상대하느라 더 힘이
Because she has large scissors, so therefore barber.
그럼 이렇게 하는 게 어떨까요? 당신은 수많은 모험을 하고 돌아온 자. 하지만 저는 보다시피 행복한 미소와 꿈이 가득한 세계. 이곳 당신의 멋진 모험담을 들려주시고 나면 순순히 길을 열어드리도록 하죠. 당신들이 찾고 있는 보물이 있는 곳으로. 이번엔 길을 잃지 않도록.
What?
그게 아니라면 당신이 이곳에서 수십 마리의 혈귀들을 죽이고 있진 않을 테니까.
The masked blood fiend in blue, who suddenly appeared here, was clearly speaking to Don Quixote and only Don Quixote.
본인이 다 말하기에는 입 아플 정도로 위대한 모험을 하고 온 자인 것은 맞다네. 하지만 겉은 수작 부리지 말게나. 보물을 찾는 것도 물론 중요하지만 니놈 같은 악한 혈기를 물리치기 위해 본인은 이곳에 왔으니 이 돈 키오테 악당과 타협하지 않을 걸세.
그럴 줄 알았어요. 하지만 그러면 안 돼요. 당신은 모두에게 말해줘야 하거든요. 누구보다 멋진 당신만의
I'm actually getting chills right now. The masked blood fiend raises his staff, and Don Quixote's mouth shuts as though a supernatural power is forcing its will on her movements. In that bizarre silence, her eyes shimmer quietly. And I think that is indeed where I will leave you all tonight, because that's the end of the first part of Don Quixote's story, wherein we learn the deeds of the fixer whom Don Quixote had believed to be a friend. But I think it's a good place to end. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna collect my stuff. Truly an ending, truly a very puzzling tale. There's a lot going on here. A lot of that was a lot of the preamble stuff where, you know, you get to learn kind of like how they're handling this whole La Mancha Land thing. but we're just now getting to the meat and bones, which I hate to leave you all on such a cliffhanger, but I feel like it kind of breeds suspense in the same way that, you know, it ending there originally breeds suspense. We will surely be back next week, hopefully on our normal day, to see the rest of Don Quixote's tale and learn more about our mysterious blood fiend in blue. But until then, I will see you all Thursday for Vintage Story. And as always, I hope you all have a great afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time it is for you. And as always, goodbye.